What's going on, football fans? My name is Harry B. You are watching TLP Sports Club. The show that you're watching is TLP Live. Guys, Harry B, the B means billion. We got a good show. There's so much going on, so much excitement right now. If you are a football fan, you feel like this side is heaven. Like, there's so much football to enjoy, whether it's college or it's the NFL. Man, this is a great time to be alive. So welcome to the show, guys. We got so much to talk about. We're going to dig right into it. Before we do, though, we got to play this message for you. Please do me a favor and smash that subscribe button. Make sure to give me the thumbs up. And don't forget to hit that bell notification so that you can get the videos as soon as I upload it to YouTube. All right, family, I got to go ahead and get into this video real quick, so that's all the business I got. You know what time it is. Let's work. So let's go ahead and get to work. What's on the menu tonight? We're tracking the Louis Boyz. NFL started. How they doing? The Louis Boyz that are in the NFL. So if I say Louis Boyz and you're not familiar with what I'm saying, that means I'm talking about the Colorado players that Deion Sanders famously said were his Louis luggage that he was bringing to Colorado. All right? Those boys. How are they doing in the NFL? How did they do on day number one? We're going to talk about that. The elephant in the room is a big elephant. Colorado's quarterback situation. We got to talk about that. We have to, because it's a little confusing. Okay? It's a little confusing. You understand what I'm saying? So we got to talk about that. There's a lot more to talk about. So let's just jump right into it. I guess let's go ahead and track the Louis Boyz, and then we'll come back and we'll talk about the Colorado situation. So, Tim Smith, Dallas is in the building. I want you to put some respect on Dallas. What up, Ty Smith? Hope all is well, brother. So, it's not a lot to report about the Louis Boyz because a lot of them did not play. All right. The biggest one being Shador. Shador was listed as an emergency player, quarterback for the Cleveland Browns. The Cleveland Browns, their home opener, they took an L, 17-16, because the kicker had a bad day. All right. I know we want to get rid of the person as soon as they do bad, but listen, that's not how it works. Let's give that young man some chance. You feel me? Let's give him some chance to get it all out. All right? He didn't do too well. They were right there. They got the ball close enough. All he had to do was, it was pretty much a chip in, and he missed it. All right? But the Cleveland Browns, they look good. I want to let y'all know, remember when I told y'all that Cleveland had a little squad? Y'all remember that? When y'all going to start respecting me? Let me just put it out there. When y'all going to start respecting this channel and what I do and what I provide here? All right? The analysis, the insight that I provide. I sat on this live, and I think I was by myself. Nobody wanted to touch me. Nobody wanted to touch me, right? Pause. Nobody wanted to touch the show. I sat here and I told y'all that Cleveland had a squad. Their offensive line, I broke it down and I told you how it could work, because we understand that Cleveland is the worst team in the NFL, right? But then when I took a deeper dive into Cleveland's O-line and their D-line and then their extra pieces that they got around them, I said, hold up, wait a minute. Y'all thought that they were finished. They're not finished. Cleveland Brown actually has a decent squad. And then you got the veteran Joe Flacco starting, and he can actually get the ball to the right person. It's a decent squad. Did he throw some picks? Yes. But Cleveland has a decent squad. Shador was on the sidelines, just chilling. So there ain't much we can report there. But we'll talk a little bit more about Cleveland in a second. Let me just go ahead and give you the rest of the Louis Boyz. Travis Hunter, who is actually one of the guys that was highlighted. He had, I believe it was 44 snaps on offense, and he ended up with 33 yards. And he took 6 snaps. 44 snaps on offense, 6 snaps on defense. You got to keep in mind, this is Travis Hunter's situation. The Jags, they actually, because he was hurt, he had some soft tissue injuries and whatever was going on with training camp, he didn't really, perform. I believe in with the latter days of that training camp, he didn't perform much. So they wanted to roll him out a little slowly. You feel me? So they were going to premiere him primarily on offense. All right. And then they were going to roll in some defensive stuff. But Travis, they actually want to use him fully, both sides. It ain't like, oh, I know some people just can't help themselves. If you listen to the ESPN panels, they just can't help themselves. But I think it was Ryan. I forget the Ryan. You know Ryan, the Jets coach, the OG. You know what I'm saying? The OG. But, if he's like, oh, just go ahead and be on offense or just go ahead and be on defense. Line up as a corner and beast out. Travis Hunter can do both. Coach Prime told you that. And Travis Hunter, when he got to the Jaguars, they said, look, excuse me, we want you to play both. We want you to be yourself. He can do both. In the first game, obviously, they want to roll it out slowly to see what he can do, how impactful he can become. But it's the first game, and they got the dub. All right, so the Jags won. I didn't see much of Wester with the Baltimore Ravens. So I don't know if they, what the situation was with Wester. Let me see if I can pull up his stats. LeJontay Wester. Yeah, we got no stats. We got 0 stats. I also saw Jimmy Horn on the sidelines. So it ain't much to report for Jimmy Horn, LeJontay Wester. I don't know if BJ Green played at all. So the Louis Boyz, they got a slow start. The Louis Boyz got a slow start. Okay? Travis Hunter is the only one that pretty much recorded some kind of stats. But if you would have tell me, let's say maybe a year ago while we were doing this, if you would have tell me, hey, yo, Shador is not going to have, he's going to be third string, I would have spoke Liberian like, my man, what you smoking? You feel me? Like, my man, what you smoking? I wouldn't have believed it. Like, third string, I don't know that I would say, oh, he was going to be a starter on somebody's team, but I would have been like, come on now, like, my man, you crazy, eh? Ain't you crazy? You can understand my Liberian if I slow it down. My man, ain't you crazy? You can understand that, right? But yeah, Shador is third string. And I want to talk about that a little bit. Do y'all think, and all my guys that I send y'all some of the email, if y'all want to come pop up on me, JR Boxing, YouTube, what up with you? Panda's in the building. DC Carson's in the building. Y'all pop up on me because I want to talk about some of these things. I don't have a lot of time. At the top of the show, let me just let y'all know that my schedule is starting to allow itself to be seen in a way that I think I might be streaming on like weekdays. I might stream on the off days during the day at 11 a.m. Eastern time. Okay, let me get this at the top of the show so most people will catch this. So you should be looking for TLP Live weekdays, like maybe I would say Mondays, because it's after the weekend, and I definitely want to get something in on during the day. So Mondays at 11 a.m. and I would say Wednesdays, and possibly Thursday. So we're probably going to stream 3 days in the morning, Mondays, Wednesdays, and possibly Fridays in the mornings. All right. But I'm definitely going to be doing night lives as well. So I just got to figure out when am I going to do the night times. Fridays, I'm probably going to do a nighttime as well. But just know that 11 a.m. is like, it's seeming like the time that I'll be able to get in the studio and do like an hour show. I only have 1 hour. And you guys know the show, like TLP Live, doesn't get going until like the second hour. So it's going to be real interesting because I only have 1 hour to do a show, and TLP Lives are usually like 5-hour shows. So that one is going to be interesting. Not necessarily 5-hour shows, like 2 hours, 2 to 3 hour shows. And then with game days, we do like 5 hours. We go forever. We just go until we can't talk no more, until people start cussing each other out. Oh, oh God. Oh man. So yeah, man. So look for me around 11 a.m. Eastern time, guys. All right. Whatever your time is on your coast, wherever you are, lock that in. Around 11 something, I'll go live. I haven't really figured out like, all right, so these are the days, these are the specific days, but I know for sure I gotta do Monday morning lives at 11 a.m. So I would say go ahead and lock in Monday mornings at 11 a.m. You feel me? I couldn't do it today because I was just trying to figure it out. But I had to go live today because everything that transpired on the weekend, there's a lot that happened, and I figure we got to talk about this. All right, you got to see my face. I know you've seen the other shows. I'm giving your time to go to the other shows that your DMVR buffs, your B Watts, your Buffing Primes, and y'all do those other shows, and then y'all come to the best community in this space, and let's come and have a good time. This is what we do here. There's no other channel like TLP Sports Club. For all of you new subscribers, all of you newcomers, salute to y'all. I know it's like 50 of y'all that's new. You feel me? We're almost at 20,000 subscribers, guys. All right? We're almost there. We're almost right there. But ain't no community. If you're hearing my voice for the very first time, ain't no place like TLP Sports Club that you're going to enjoy sports. And this is filtered. No cussing, if we can help it. All right? If you cuss around here in the chat and on the panel, you owe me $1. All right? And depending on how severe the cuss word is, you might have to give me more than $1. We got a sweat jar around here, but this is a family environment. There's a lot of people here that's custom here, and we have a lot of good time. We talk sports. We don't censor nobody as far as like, you a hater, you can come on here, you can hate on me. You can even talk about me in my face. I don't stop nobody. We just ask you to respect other people's opinions. That's it. And then don't cuss, because we got kids around here. We want somebody to be able to turn their YouTube on while they're making dinner or eating dinner and be able to watch and listen to a sports talk show without any cuss words, or without having to either lower it down because there are kids right there or there are older people there that you respect. That's why TLP Sports Club is special. Now, every now and then, we get a little heated. And somebody might slip something in there. A Jamaican shotter might want to go at some. Oh gosh. Speaking of the shotter, he ready already. Hey, JR Boxing, I got you. I'm gonna just start sending you the link too, man, because I think you're one of the regulars. I know you've been doing B Watts, but I just want to give you that, that Mr. Regular treatment. So yeah, I think I'm just gonna go ahead and start sending you the link as well that I sent to the other guys as well. But let me bring my guy Panda. Hey, Panda, what up with you, man? What up, Panda? Welcome to the show, brother. How you doing today?
I'm chilling, man. What's up with you?
All is well, man. We got a lot to talk about. We got so much to talk about, man. But hold the line real quick. Let me go ahead and send this email. Let me see. What is it? How is it? Does he? Oh no, JR Boxing. I don't have you in here. Okay, so what is his name? Okay, let me just copy and paste it. All right, cool. So Panda man, you got an opening statement? Why? Any opening statement about the Louis Boyz and what's going on their specific teams? Go ahead, get us started, man.
No, I mean everybody pretty much look like rookies, and the fact that they touched the field already, I think, is quite impressive. It shows they got some form of etiquette or professionalism from CU Buff. So I think the coaching staff on CU can say they have players in the NFL and players that actually enter the game. As far as contribution stats go, um, they did pretty good for the play calling. If you look at Travis Hunter, how they used them, it wasn't for big yardage. It was 5 and 6 yards type of thing. So I think for the first outing, they looked pretty good. Jimmy Horn, he was on the field, but
Jimmy Horn got in?
Yeah, I think he got in one play.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I didn't see him get in at all. I saw him on the sideline, but I didn't see him get in. Let's bring on DC.
I think he got in one play.
DC Carson Music, welcome to the show, my brother. How you doing today? Thank you for calling in.
Good. What up, Harry B? What up, Panda?
What's up? What's up?
All is well. Todd Smith, Dallas is in the building. Everybody put some respect on Dallas. What up, Todd Smith? How you doing today, man? Thank you for calling in.
Yo, what up with it, Harry B? And to the rest of the guys on the panel, salute, brothers.
All is well. All is well.
I got some pushback to Panda. Jimmy Horn didn't play. He was in street clothes.
That's what I was thinking. But JR Boxing, welcome to the show, my guy. Thank you for calling in, brother. I appreciate you. What's up?
Good, Harry, Panda, Ty, DC. What up? What up?
What up?
What up, man?
There's a lot to go around. There's a lot going on around the horn. We got the Louis Boyz. We're tracking the Louis Boyz. We're tracking. We're not tracking, but we're going to be talking about the quarterback situation in Boulder. And then if a Jamaican want to flex on somebody, I just let him flex. If you feel what I'm saying. If you feel what I'm saying. Okay. So yeah. So what says y'all on this the Louis Boyz and Travis being the only one that's playing so far? I'm gonna ask you this question.
I saw Wester though. I saw Wester do a punt return. I mean, he didn't get nowhere with it, but he was out there. He's been looking good.
Did he get 2 yards? Because I pulled up his stats and
that's
see
the 2
no
yards. Yeah, that because he did a punt return and they was on him. I mean, he had no room to move. But I mean, it was good he was out there and they trusted him to do that. I mean, because let's keep it real, that was the most dynamic game of the doggone weekend. Was the Ravens against the Bills. Bruh, that was fire.
40-41.
You gotta watch that with butter commentary. It's be hilarious.
Bruh, I'm telling you, I saw a graphic because I had to go to sleep because the game was late. It was a Sunday night game. I woke up to the graphic around 4 something, and I saw fourth quarter, 3 minutes or 2 minutes ago. It was 25 to like 40 something. And then I looked down on the graphic. It says the final score was Buffalo's 41-40. Where did they do that at? What? Did anybody see? Did y'all see the game?
They had 40 points in the top of the fourth quarter. I think it was 40-25, if I'm not mistaken. So that rest of points came on in the fourth quarter.
With like less than 3 minutes to go.
That game, that was probably one of the most dynamic 3 minutes. I see. The Bills put on a clinic.
I mean, the Bills looked good last year. You know what I mean? To be honest, if we're being honest.
Baltimore looked good with Derrick Henry running the ball, man. Like that, they both, in my opinion, sent the message across the league that they not to be played with. And Cleveland Browns going to experience that next week because Baltimore coming off a loss that they should have won. They're going to take all their frustration out on Cleveland. We may see Shador.
Nah, You
Look, your
wait.
time
It's
starting it
starting
already.
already.
Time starting
Dallas
already.
is starting already.
Yeah. Oh,
Wait,
well, I forgot. He's
the,
a Cowboy fan, so he's optimistic in life, period.
wait, the Browns play the Ravens play the Browns?
Yeah, this week coming up. Yeah, this
Oh
Sunday
Lord,
coming up.
so soon?
Harry B, I was about to text you this. So that means you missed when Lamar walked off the field and the fan got salty. He pushed the crap about dude. Pushed him
Bro,
all the way back up.
I saw that in
Nah, he smacked
online.
him on the helmet. It wasn't.
Yeah, he the fan hit one of his
That's right, he
teammates.
did.
Yeah, and
And he
Lamar
pushed
saw it
the
like what?
pushed
Like,
the
yeah,
Nah, look,
pushed the top.
I saw the clip where the kid in the red shirt, he pushed Lamar. I think he pushed his teammate, and then he pushed Lamar.
Nah, he hit Lamar too. He hit both
Right.
oh,
of
he
them.
did. Oh, okay.
Yeah,
He
yeah,
hit
yeah,
both
yeah.
of them.
I saw a clip where he pushed Lamar, and then that's when Lamar retaliated, and he pushed him. But he said
Yeah.
he apologized already. He said he gonna do better because you're not supposed to do that to the fans. You're not. The fans pay a lot of money, and
Nah, but his fans not
Oh,
supposed
hell no.
I mean that's not entitled.
Hey.
Sometimes, I mean, but it's a kid though. You can't push a kid. Like, come on,
Yeah,
bro.
but if we letting that carry on, it will bleed over into the same thing we saw in the NBA. At some point, they must have some margin. All right, if we pull back 2 centimeters, we could say that the security team wasn't doing it.
Failed. Yeah, they failed. Yeah.
Because you got to
Yeah.
think about that. That's $1 million investment, right?
Is that DeAndre Hopkins we talking about? D-Hop?
Yeah.
Okay. Because y'all got these nicknames and not everybody around here know these people.
Yeah, so when you look at it from that perspective, he's $1 million. He's a franchise player for a team. He can't get touched. You're not seeing Brady or none of them get touched like that, bro.
I mean, look, man, this is a professional environment. You're not allowed to touch the fans. I don't care what they do.
In a professional environment, the fans not allowed to breach the barrier to touch the players.
Man,
Harry,
you're a
I
manager.
can't agree with
You're a manager. You know the customers they can cuss you out. They can do everything you can. You're not supposed to cuss them back. You know
Well,
that.
Harry, I'm sorry, but after
Actually, most
Go
people
ahead,
don't
Pam.
know this. In corporate America, the corporate people that you call on the 1-800 number, they are regular people making $8 an hour, $10 an hour. It's not it really going up. What goes up to the chains is see that email. The email is more powerful than an actual call.
No, but I'm saying you're not supposed to push the you can't cuss the customers back out. You just can't.
Harry.
I mean, I have intelligently maneuver words in a particular pattern that without profanity.
No, hey, Panda, we heard your last show. We know
Yeah.
you're gonna pop off.
Yeah, we know. We don't worry. We know. We know how this goes.
It pushed too hard. The real Panda's coming out, and it's over for whoever on the other end.
Have y'all seen a Jamaican panda?
I was like, dang, Panda was like,
what colors is the Jamaican panda wearing? He
I
black and white.
think as a person, when you see I go through the hey, chill, the de-escalation, and it's not coming down, you have to also remember, yeah, I'm corporate, I got degrees, but I came through a system of ignorance. And I think personally, something I think I gotta keep working on is that switch comes very quick. And sometimes in the aftermath, I'll be feeling disappointed because I'll be thinking I've came so far from that place, but you know, it's a work in progress. It's definitely
hey man, look, we're all a work in progress. You know, we are all. Let's go around the horn, guys. Tell me how your home team did. We're gonna start with. Let's start with Panda Bear. Just give me a quick rundown on how your home team did. We're all here for one or two teams, but how does your home team do, Panda, go?
Of
course, you gotta let us know who your home team is, and then tell me how they
did.
Well,
it's different because I resigned from the Jets.
What do you mean you resigned? You're a fan. What do you?
No. I survived the butt fumbles. I survived a bunch of things, but I resigned 2 years ago. Um,
So you have no home team currently. You're in
well,
between teams.
I'm in Georgia, and I can't really claim them. The only person on this panel who has heart and true fanship is Smith, because he is a Falcons fan, and
No,
every
Todd Smith.
Falcons fan.
Todd Smith is not where he was born. He's not living. So I would say probably DC is probably that. So I don't know
Like,
about Todd Smith.
how Panda gonna speak on my name like
For
that?
real,
That's
yo.
what I'm trying to. He about to make me start talking in a language that he was talking into the Wild Dog.
Hey,
He didn't he told
do
me
it.
I'm a Cowboy fan,
Yo, give me some
and now
Creole.
I'm a Falcons fan.
Give me some Creole, Todd Smith. You're from Louisiana. Give me some Creole.
See,
Oh,
bro, I
man.
don't know where you coming from. You heard me, but you tripping real hard, bro.
Oh, boy.
Hey, all right. So you ain't got So Panda got no team. DC, how your team do?
My team was the Cowboys. They lost, but they look good. I just need for CD Lamb to start playing like a CD Lion. I need you to catch. But
That is
we
such
did.
a Cowboys response, though.
Yeah,
Hey,
we didn't. We did.
them five drops hurt, man. I ain't gonna lie. I was
Man, listen, we
like,
was in there, and then I think I like how they turned the defense loose, but Michael Parsons was missed. I mean,
yeah,
it is
it
what it
was.
is.
But
Messed my parlay up.
Jerry Jones will swear up and down that y'all don't miss him. Look, I saw a graphic online that says we need to stop the run. Was that true? Was that a real graphic, or was that somebody trolling?
I didn't see it, but
Did,
it's a lot
did
of
Jerry
stuff we can
Jones
work.
say we need to stop the run?
He said that prior to the season starting, though. Like when
Oh,
the
okay.
week they traded Micah, he was like, I mean, we gotta stop the run.
Okay.
And I was like, what does that mean?
Yeah,
Like,
but I mean, think
you
about
might
it.
want to sack the quarterback too.
Yeah, let's just keep it real. Who is finna stop Hurts and Saquon Barkley? You're not finna stop them.
Nobody.
So I'm at that game. I expected to see what I saw. I mean, it is what it is. You're not stopping them from running, just like you're not. Who like put it like this, Jr. You make to the league. You out there playing cornerback, and you playing DB, and you see Henry coming at you 20 yards away. You tackling them head on?
Nah, business decision, DC.
No,
I'm
I'm
making a
falling.
business decision.
I'm
I'm going low.
I'm finna
I'm
stop,
going
drop,
low,
and
and I'm
roll.
whiffing. Yeah, I'm going low, and I'm whiffing.
I'm dropping roll. You gonna do a DB tackle?
I'm gonna dive out of the way. So,
Not out of the way.
out of the way. Think of it like for the first time in NFL history, a player avoids. I'm gonna completely avoid, dive out of
Yeah.
the way, man.
You ain't gonna do a Cam Newton, are you?
Yeah. Yes.
Cam Newton said, nah, yeah, I'm good.
I'm not diving at Devin Henry. I'm sorry.
All right, JR Boxing. Who's your home team and how to do?
Man, the Texans, man, we only put up 9 points. I don't know about this new offensive coordinator, man. I don't know.
Oh man,
He
y'all blaming
came
somebody already.
from LA. He's the offensive coordinator from the LA Rams. And we played the LA Rams. We only put up 9 points. So I could say, maybe they just had our number because they knew what plays we were gonna run. So I don't know, but 9 points, man, with the type of firepower we got with CJ Stroud, Nico Collins, our running back hurt Joe Mixon, but we still got Nick Chubb. We just didn't look very good. Defensively, we looked good. Offensively, we sputtered, man.
So
we look real bad.
So the panel is starting all 0-1 all around. Todd Smith, how your team do? What's your team and how they do?
I don't know, man. Maybe you can tell me. I refuse to. I'm boycotting the Saints this season. I ain't even looked at them. I ain't even looked at their highlights. So I really can't tell you how they performed and what they did. I'm just in my feelings. It's gonna take me about a season to get over it, and then hopefully next season I can go back to cheering for it.
Is it a Shador?
Yes.
Oh,
yes.
man.
It's the draft. Yep.
Oh wow.
They didn't look bad though. I mean, they didn't. Rattler was able to move him down the field. They struggled at the beginning of the game, but they didn't look bad. They looked
They look
better than what I
bad.
expected.
They look bad in the red zone. For the one time they got
Yeah.
there, it looked like they didn't know what they was doing. I said, golly.
That's true. But I mean, they like I said, I expected them to look worse, but they'll be fine. I don't see them. They're not making the playoffs, but I still think they'll be fine.
Yo, who they play yesterday?
The Saints played the Buccaneers. I
Yep.
think so. I think it's the Buccaneers. Yeah,
The Bucks won.
yeah, Bucks won.
Yes.
So damn,
Vikings
we're
lost.
And
all
see, that's a
0-1.
rival game, and we're gonna get smoked by Atlanta.
I'm glad you said that. I'm glad you said that. As long as you know.
So we're all 0-1. Dang, bro. My Giants lost 21-6.
Yeah, y'all look bad. Y'all look real bad here, B.
Oh,
I
so
don't know if
I
it's all
think
Russell
Jackson
Wilson's
Dart might
fault,
be
man.
playing real soon.
He
Yeah.
might.
Yeah,
But,
Russ. I think it's about time for Russ to hang it up, man.
All right, so King P in the chat, his Arizona won. Oh, okay, that's one of the Louis boys. One of the Louis boys is on Arizona. Okay, so we got somebody that won.
Yeah,
Lord,
but
have mercy.
he's not playing though.
Oh,
Xavier
Xavier
Weaver is playing. What you
Weaver's
talking
not
about?
playing. He's not.
He
Weaver
playing.
played last year.
He played last year, but I don't think
He played. Yes, he is. He played in the preseason and he playing in the regular season.
He on special teams.
I
But
just like to say he on special teams. He not playing, bro. Don't do that.
yeah, I mean, he on special teams.
Oh wait, they
so
played your
he at
Saints.
least getting
Arizona
a
beat your
check.
Saints. Ty.
Oh, that's what they played. The Saints, Arizona.
Yeah. Oh.
That's right, because Kyler Murray was yeah, that's right. That's right. Because it was the Bucks against the Falcons.
Falcons.
And we
Yeah,
lost.
that's what it was. Yeah.
Dang, Ty, you on the panel and somebody in the chat, they handed y'all the L. Okay. So at least
I
one
just
of
read the tea leaves.
the. Hey, let me just ask y'all: was anybody low key rooting against the Browns?
Of course.
Every game.
I didn't even watch. I was at the Jags in the Panthers game down in Jacksonville.
Okay.
And my wife, she tapped me and said, "Look, you see on the jumbotron, the Browns losing." I'm like, "Man, I don't care about that, man. I'm trying to see what Travis Hunter and them gonna do." But
I don't
yeah,
know how
it was good.
I don't know how I want to feel about it. It's Shador's team, so he's looking to he's looking to actually have his team win, right? But
You saw what the internet said?
what did the internet say?
So you know the kicker missed the kick, right?
Yeah.
Shador went over and was encouraging him, but the internet said Shador went over and said, "Keep missing him."
Hey, that's what I would have told him. Hey, appreciate it, bro. I got a pair of DT97s lined up for you, man. Hey, keep missing them things, boy.
Yo, I appreciate you. The more games we lose, the more chances I get to play.
Yep.
Hey, meet me outside. I got your bag outside.
Hey, let me ask y'all this. Did y'all catch the Jacksonville Jaguar mascot foot game on Sunday?
Yeah, he was clean, man.
Yeah, y'all caught that. He had them primes on.
Yeah, he was clean, man. He was clean, man. Boy, it was hot as Hades out there. Oh, we was cooking in them stands,
at
bro.
the game, JR.
Yo, are you live around you in Florida?
No, I'm in North Carolina, but we went down there. It was an anniversary type trip. And my wife, she was just like, "Why we down there? Let's go to the game." And I was like, "Yeah, hey,
your
two
wife-
birds
it
and
was
one
already
stone." So
planned.
shout out
Your
to my old
wife
lady.
is
Yeah,
a-
we planned
I've
it. Yeah.
never heard that type of request on an anniversary.
My wife, the real MVP, man.
Oh, okay.
So she hooked it up. She got the tickets. We were sitting 40-yard line, about 10 rows up. So we was living good. We was on the Jacksonville sideline, so it was good. Saw Bucky out there, all that stuff, man. It was a good time. We had a
How
good
did
time.
Travis look in person?
He still looks small.
I mean, he's small. I saw Travis.
Yeah. He still looks small.
Hey, how is retirement? How is retirement so far for you?
It's good, man. I can't complain. I mean, unless you're a VA person, then it's bad. Ooh, it's real bad. I just
When you
can't
say-
get over the hump.
When you
But
say a VA person, what, a veteran or like in Virginia?
DC know what I'm talking about. Alexa, stop with the VA. You got 5 veterans claim and all that stuff. Alexa,
It's
stop.
gonna get worse for the claims for veterans, man. I have a couple people.
This guy's over there arguing with his Alexa.
No, yours,
His Alexa disrespecting him.
but
I know.
but JR, your stuff is not gonna come in until you reach your retirement date.
No, I already did. My official retirement date was the 1st of June.
Okay, so you should be. Well, then you already know what's going on.
Yeah, I know what's happening now. I got a few appointments lined up and stuff like that, so it'll get taken care of. But
Okay,
yeah,
cool. Well, if you need anything, just let me know. I
got you.
was
Oh, DC, you got people?
well. I mean, I had to go through the same process, and I listened to a lot of people, and
DC gonna fly him on the helicopter.
I had my stuff documented, and
No pause.
that's why I'm enjoying being able to just be retired.
Yep.
Hey, DC, I'm gonna have to holler at you offline because my pops, man, he's been fighting for about 2 years now to get that last 10%.
Man, I will tell you it's a wonderful thing. I mean, because you got kids too, right, Jr.
Yep. Hey, little girl.
That-
Yeah.
Right, so that you want to get there because the benefits for the school, oh, chapter
Yep.
35 is awesome. But anyway, we'll have that discussion. Praying
Absolutely. Yeah,
for you,
man.
bro. Praying for you,
Appreciate it.
bro.
Hey man, y'all young men over here retiring. I respect that, man. Congratulations to y'all. I just had to put that out there. I know a couple of y'all here are retired, so that's what's up, man.
My
Yeah, no, I
homie
appreciate it.
did like 24 years. He went in straight from high school, and he
Yeah.
doesn't even know what to do right now. He done all type of stuff, bro.
Yeah.
Mm.
Repaint the
And
house, went on multiple. Like he don't know how to. Cause at 40, you still young. You know what I mean?
Panda, you know I have painted my entire house inside. I have done a lot
That's
of
what I'm
freaking
saying.
stuff. I bought a BMW that wasn't working, trying to fix it, have BMWs fix. I learned how to work on I really learned how to work on the Beamers from all this stuff to programming them. I did but it's great because you get to do what the heck you want to do. So
Maybe it's a
that's
military thing because he's not doing it with BMWs, but he's doing it with Chevys.
see what I'm saying.
Yeah, I don't know what it is.
Yo, my boy's
But
a
yeah.
Navy. He's a Navy guy, and he fixes cars too. So what is going on with y'all? Like,
Yeah.
what's happening with y'all fixing cars? Hey, everybody says what up to Surfer Boy 3000's in the chat. Everybody
What
say
up?
what up.
What up, sir?
Surf,
But yeah,
what up?
overall, the game experience, it was cool. I'm gonna tell you right now that Jacksonville Stadium is raggedy, man. I don't. They trying to like do a lot of repairs, man. They just need to demolish that thing. That stadium is towed up.
Oh man, they're holding
Uh,
it together with duct tape and
yeah,
so.
it's bad, man. It's a lot of construction going on. But overall, like I said, the game was good, man. Went down there to, see obviously the Louis boys, right? Trav, Jimmy didn't suit up, BJ Green didn't suit up, uh
Mm.
Craig on the practice squad. But you know what's interesting about the Jaguars? Like the players that don't suit up, they not even allowed to be on the sideline.
Oh
Wow.
yeah.
So only personnel they had on their sideline was the 48 people that was dressed out. That's it. No
That's a
extra
league rule,
people.
or that's just the team.
I think that's just Jaguars because if you looked on Carolina side, Carolina had a lot of players that was like in just regular Carolina, like whatever Lululemon type, Nike fits or whatever like that.
Mm.
And you can obviously tell those was football players on that side. But on Jacksonville side, only players that were dressed out were on the bench. No other players. I
So
was
you,
like,
you
damn.
you snuck it in there, but you said Stillman Craig actually made their practice squad, right?
Yeah, he made the practice squad, yeah. But practice squad, some organizations they allow the practice squad players to go to the game, stand on the sideline, stuff like that. But BJ Green actually made the 53-man roster, did not dress, and was not on the sideline. So I
Oh,
just
okay.
thought that was interesting. I've been to a few NFL games. I never really paid attention to it until now. But when I saw it, I was like, damn, the Jazz kind of doing it different. Like, if you're not dressed, you're not on the sideline,
Mm.
period. So I was like, that's crazy. But
Wow. Hey,
cool.
so question for the panel. Anybody can take this one. Do y'all think Shiloh Sanders is one of the Louis boys? Is he going to play football again? Period. Like, period. I ain't talking about, maybe sometime down. Like, period.
I mean, arena football is calling him. No, I'm not saying that as a joke. Like, sometimes these articles we don't know if it's true or not. I saw the Canadian
Some
League
people be trolling, though.
where
You
they
got to
say
be
that.
very careful online nowadays.
I'm just saying what I saw. So I don't know if it's true. The Canadian League was saying that they want to buy the rights.
Mm. So, like, I know NBA Central is NBA Central. On 3 is No 3. And then I think ESPN got an ESPM. So, yeah, man, like, because I do a lot of articles, so I got to be very careful now. I'm thinking, like, sometimes I just grab stuff without even, like, trying to do, like, a a background search, but now I got to look at the daggone icons and I got to look at the avatars to see which name it is. You got to be so careful nowadays. I'm like, come on, man. Like, dang. We got so many Onion type channels now.
Yo, Onion used to get a lot of people, bro.
Onion used to be the only one out there, and they were identified like we're Onion, we know. But now it's like everybody's doing something. No 3, and they got the same color logo. They got the same color, the same font. So it's a little frustrating.
Yo, Surfer, put your team in the chat and if they won or not.
Oh yeah, Surf. Who's your team and did it? How they do? And chat, let us know too who your team and how they do. King P was the only person that contributed.
Now he's the only team that won. That's why you put it in there.
Everybody else took a L.
Lost.
All right,
But yeah, I don't think Shiloh. I don't think Shiloh going. Unfortunately, I don't think he's gonna play this year, man. It's just tough pill to swallow, man. So best bet. I mean,
we're talking about NFL, Surf, NFL.
Sir, he knows.
He said Georgia.
He just got here, so he don't know. He didn't know the where we were talking about. We're talking about NFL currently. We're about to get to college though, but NFL currently. So, so nobody believes Charlotte's gonna play. Like I got Panda said maybe Arena. You didn't even say CFL. You said Arena. Like that's like 3 levels down.
Yeah, that's crazy.
You know what I said? One of my homeboys from high school played Arena, and I thought it was the biggest thing because the pictures he will post on Facebook, like I was like, "Oh, my boy doing it," but then I realized it's not the case.
All right, so Surface with the Falcons, and they took that L. But one thing I did notice though, a lot of teams
live in the city. I never
Dallas looked good, even though they lost. Dallas looked really good, and then Atlanta looked pretty good too. So there's a
Atlanta
few teams
always look good.
There's a few teams that lost, and then Cleveland looked good as well. I don't know if the Bengals bad or are they at the bottom of
the Bengals have a good defense.
So I don't know. Cleveland was holding their own on the defensive side of the ball. What I was seeing, I said, "Oh, okay."
Cleveland always have a good defense. About 3 years now.
They can actually get stops, and then the offense is moving the ball. So hey, man, what I told you about Cleveland, I think they got a squad that may be able to make a push into something.
Hey,
all right,
you reach it.
I don't know, man.
Let's revisit it next weekend. When they
but look, man, there's one point.
When you talk about the Cleveland.
All right. So Ty, if I said that Cleveland was going to beat or come close to beating the Bengals before the season started, what would you have said?
I would have said, no, I don't think they would have came close, but I felt like they had an opportunity to win. That's
what I'm saying. So remember what I said. Remember you told me that I was reaching when I did the show where I was telling you, that Cleveland Browns, they got a low squad there.
They just never had a good quarterback.
Right. So I'm thinking Cleveland might do something because they got there was a few drives where I saw Flacco just kind of like being like Tom Brady. He has so much protection. He had time to think about it. I said, okay, this is not bad at all. Like what I was looking at, I was like, dang.
How many interceptions did he throw?
3.
Yeah, but come on, Tim.
But I mean, you're gonna get those though. Were they the type of interceptions where you're just like, oh my gosh, he sucks interceptions?
No, they were not.
Were there circumstantial interceptions?
They hit the player in the hand, and then the player dropped it, and then the other player caught it. Right. So it was the receiver that was kind of what it could have.
So we really come on, an interception is an interception.
That's not a true statement.
No, okay, I understand.
It's on his back.
Nobody. Does it end up on his stats? Let's start like that.
No. That's not how you evaluate a player. Okay, I'm evaluating his performance. I'm evaluating was he just throwing interceptions because he just was not accurate?
Played solid then. If you're doing it like that, he played that.
Yeah, I'm doing an evaluation. I'm looking at the team and I said, wait a minute.
Hey man, I just want Shador to play. I'm just saying.
Yeah, I mean, I'm off of that.
I'm piling it on 6.
I'm off that. I'm trying to figure out, because I knew that Cleveland, because when I did my deep dive for Cleveland, I saw that in 2023 they had the best offensive line in the NFL, and they had the two, I think it was the guards, they had the best guard duo in the NFL. So I said, wait a minute, if these guys were just hurt, if they're healthy and they can protect for Flacco, Cleveland may be able to do some things that people are not accounting for. And then I saw that on Sunday, so I said, okay, I low-key want to hate for Shador, but I can't go against my own thoughts in my deep dive.
I mean, but if we're being honest, we always said that Flacco, the veteranship of Flacco was best to start, and Shador should come in week 7 or 8. I think most of us thought that. When I say I want,
no, but we were saying that they were going to stink up the place, and then that was going to lead to Shador coming in. But Flacco's not stinking up the place. Flacco's actually doing well. He actually did pretty well. If you look at it, I mean, the dude was running. he can throw, he can sling. So it's like, yo.
Yeah, the two old guys like Rodgers was slinging it.
Yeah.
He looked good. I mean, you got to give it to him. I get it. Want to see Shador play and stuff like that. But at the end of the day, you just sit back and say it. Tim just said, you're going to have the Ravens come in. Do you really want to watch this, say, Shador somehow is out there? That probably is
now,
not going to be a good game.
If Shador play against the Ravens, he's gonna end up in the hospital.
Shador's not gonna play against the Ravens. Come on, man.
No, we just
Shador is number 3. He's an emergency guy. Like, they're not gonna go through 2 quarterbacks. Come on now.
Coach Prime did it.
What's that?
Coach Prime did it. Hey, Coach Prime went through 3 quarterbacks.
and it's after 8. So let's just transition into that. Let's go ahead and talk about that real quick. So we got the situation where we played 3 quarterbacks. Coach Prime said he had a plan. Ryan Staub said he had a dream. Coach Prime said I had a plan. Do we think that was the plan, or?
Well, in the post interview, Staub said that he got the call before, so it clearly was planned for 3 of them to play. Now, when it comes to there's something Staub said. I keep saying Staub. Staub said in the post interview that I really think we need to talk on later on. The play, the 75 yards and the big yardage, he changed the play. He checked down the play, which tells me.
I do want to talk about that.
Yeah.
I definitely want to spend some time on that, because I feel like
we leave it for later. But
yeah, I feel like that's heavy. I actually want to do a video on that, a video reaction on that, because there's a few things that I want to say about that.
I think you should, man. That will go. That will.
Yeah, I think there's a few things I want to say about that, and I want to be in my studio when I say that. I don't want to do it on the live because I don't get that many views on the live. So I get views on the videos. I don't get views on the live. The lives is mostly for the community, not for like me making money. I make money on the individual videos and my shorts. So, unfortunately, you guys, I'm just here for nothing.
Nah, don't say it like that. But
damn, that crazy work, here. Come on.
Yeah.
I know. With the lives, I'm just wasting my time.
Oh man,
I'm joking. The lives actually keep the community alive and keep people, engaged. So it helps out. It helps in a different way. Monetarily, not nothing, but it helps in other ways to keep the channel kind of vibrant.
As the game is finished, right? Reflecting back on last weekend, was the rotation? Did we see something new from the 3 of them playing in terms of it added value to how, if they are trying to craft something going forward, was it necessary or was it a waste of time? It wasn't
Before we get to that question, though, I'm gonna do something, and I want y'all to follow me in this, because I don't know what to call it. I feel like Colorado's in trouble. Colorado's in trouble in many ways. Their offense is not terrible, but the defense is trying to figure out who they are. And the secondary and the defense is very, very is trash. They don't have a linebackers room, so it's hard for them to stop the run. And they play up and down. I said this on the other time, but I want to say Courtney Miller, what's up with you? Travis Hunter needs to play more defense because people are going to look at him as a bust because Trevor Lawrence only throws 1 touchdown pass per game. It's not because of Hunter, it's because of Lawrence. Okay. I mean, we'll see. We'll see. We'll talk about that a little bit.
But NFL now is kind of really run heavy now, if we're being honest.
I mean, because Saquon Barkley, but what the I guess the Philadelphia Eagles are doing. But anyways, let's go back to this Colorado situation. Let's evaluate Colorado as a whole, like what you see from top to bottom. Top to bottom, Colorado has coaching problem. Colorado has their offensive line is definitely better. I see protection out there.
And let's do section by section, Harry.
I'm giving you all the sections.
Yeah, but
you
like,
mean
let's go around on one section. Go around.
But I don't have a lot of time, so we gotta put it all into a package so we can get up. I gotta get up out of here. The show's
I was just trying to help you.
It's supposed to be an hour show, and it's already 8 o'clock. I told you, TLP lives. We don't get going to the second hour, so I don't know what I'm thinking right now. But just do what I'm doing. Just give me a quick synopsis of the whole package. Okay, from the head to the bottom, right, and everything in the middle. Coaching is a problem because I feel like the coaches cannot coach their way out of tight situations. And then you get the offensive line that's playing a lot better. Jordan Seaton is doing a great job. There are other guys that are stepping up, but I feel like they need to be coached up. And that's a big issue, right? That's a big issue because when you get Jordan Seaton coming out and saying, hey, we should do X, Y, and Z, it's weird because you never hear players say anything like that. You feel me? You don't hear players saying, hey, we need to run the ball more or we need to do X, Y, and Z more. They don't really go there. But so that means something is going on. And then when Ryan Staub says something like, hey, I see that nobody can cover what was the number 9's name?
Sincere Brown.
Sincere.
Yeah.
I'm seeing Sincere. I know Sincere speed, and I see that they're trying to one-on-one him. That has to come from a coach. You feel me? Like that. I feel like that should come from a coach. And I said I wasn't going to do this, but dang, I'm giving away my material. Anyways, let's
go around if you and
yeah, I mean, I feel like that has to come from a coach, and that's not coming from a coach. So the defensive, the side of the ball, the middle of the field is always open. So I'm thinking now with 2 games, teams are going to start watching those tapes and exploit those. So now you should start seeing the better teams exploiting them and really putting like three touchdowns in the first quarter on them. I see that coming easily because they're kind of like out of sorts. The game is going on. You see a bunch of guys, they're fast, they're running around, but it's not cohesive running around. So that somebody is about to exploit them, and then they're going to take a nosedive. And once I don't know that they are built for adversity, because if you see Caden Salter's body language when stuff is going down, I don't know if he's the guy for that. So that's what I want you to do. Try to see if you can give me something like that on what you see Colorado. Give me a rundown. Panda Bear, you got 30 seconds. Go.
Now DC could go first. I'm gathering my thoughts.
DC, if you can, go.
I got a question. One of my questions is if Staub saw that, why didn't the other 2 QBs see that? Be able to hit Sincere Brown. I do think you have some issues. Just some data that I went and looked at the game predictor ESPN. Colorado is only predicted to win 2 more games. One of them Wyoming, and the other one is West Virginia, but it's like 51 to 48%. When Colorado, the line for Houston was 1.5. Now it's at 5.5. There's some issues.
But why didn't the coaches see that? Why didn't the coordinators see that?
See, that's what I'm saying. Is that thing they say, well, Star came out there, he was seeing it. Your third string shouldn't be coming out there saying stuff that your first and second string didn't see. I don't care what anybody says.
Forget
If you're
about first and second. What about the coaching staff? What
Yeah, but
about the
Harry,
OC?
what he's trying to tell you, that's actually the role of the quarterback because he's
yes,
actually in there,
yeah,
right? Because I could dial
You
up
got,
a play.
hey, you got eyes in the sky.
Yes,
The
but it
reason
cuts off
DC
in 15 seconds, Harry.
You have eyes in the sky. They should be able to pick that up. Remember what
Yeah,
I
but
told
it
you?
cuts off
After
in
the
15 seconds.
after the first couple of drives, you should have some type of idea of what they're doing, where they're lacking, and be able to make those adjustments. That's what good coaches do.
But
They're able
Harry,
to
you
pick
know I
out
can
what's
make
going
an
on
adjustment.
and exploit you. You got this third string coming in, and he's telling you, he's like, oh, I see my guy Sincere. He's faster than those DBs. So, dude, just run.
Not Harry, that's football IQ. What DC
I know that's
saying,
football IQ, but
yeah,
the
but what
coaches
he's
should
saying
also
though,
see that. I'm not saying the quarterback shouldn't see it. I'm saying
Mhm.
the coaches should also see that.
I know
Hey
you
Harry,
hanging
I
on to
feel
the
like
coach point.
hold on, Panda. Harry, I feel like that's not fair to Pat Shermer because Pat Shermer is not on the ground. He's up in the box looking down. So they got headsets in their helmet to where he can say, "Hey, you got a one-on-one match on the
Wait,
outside with
Pat
Sincere
is
Brown."
not on the ground?
No,
No,
he's in the
no.
box.
he's in
So
the
that's
box.
even worse. That's why I was saying they got eyes in the sky. If they got eyes in the sky, the eye in the sky should be able to see on their screen what's going
Yeah,
on.
but you can't say he's not calling in the play.
I ain't saying he's not calling the play. I'm saying he should be able to see matchups and exploit matchups. You know who does that very well?
Sure.
No. Coaching wise, you know who does that very well? That I
A
hate?
lot of coaches do that.
Dan
Most
Lanning.
coaches do that.
Dan Lanning knows how to exploit matchups.
Most coaches know
I
how to do
just
that.
I just look at it from a standpoint. It's a tale of two things. Because the first week, if you go back and you look at K Salt's tape, like he had some deep shots and he missed them. And then what did everybody say? Even Coach Prime, look, dog, we brought you here to run the ball, so you need to run the ball. Da 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 da, run the ball. So now you going against Delaware, and guess what he did? He ran the ball. Now people are saying, "Oh, he should have made the check at the line to take advantage of Sincere Brown." So it's like it's a tale of two things.
But
So
JR,
Bro, I don't
I
even.
look at I
I
look at
already feel some kind
look,
of way
I
about how
look at
he's being treated. I don't like how
yeah.
he's being treated,
I
so
look, yeah,
I
I
don't
look
want to
at
go there.
I look at K Salt and I'm like, it's a rule of two evils. Because I said before the beginning of the season, like Coach Prime is gonna have a short leash on what he's gonna tolerate. But
but
bro, we
JR,
telling
look
you to do
look at it
this,
this
and
way.
then we telling you to do this. So if I'm K Salt, I
You
would go
can
to
never
Coach
use
Prime
Dan
and be
Lanning. I
like,
know. I can't. I
what
know.
do you want me to do? If you want me to win football games, allow me to win football games. But if you want me
Hey,
to
hey.
air it out one week and then run the
But
ball
wait,
next week, it's
let me
no
Do
respond
you
to
think
consistency.
they
JR real
like?
quick.
Do you think they like K Salt, JR boxing?
I think they do like K Salt.
You think
I
so?
just think I
Then
just
why they
think
treating him like this?
I think the lack of identity hurts Kalen Salter.
No,
Because last year, you knew what their identity was for Colorado last year. They were going to throw the ball regardless. Hell, wind,
but
high water. They were going to throw it. It didn't matter. This year, they trying to run it, and they want him to use his legs. But then you get mad at him if he miss an open player down the field. Well, I threw the ball. I just didn't connect
but
on it.
JR,
You know?
when you think about football, right? You run, pass, or you run, dump, right? Is designed to set up the other play when the run start closing down, right? What we are talking about with Salt is that his confidence level to take off wasn't there against Georgia Tech, right? Then
It
the
was there,
short.
but they were holding him
Oh
back.
wait, let me finish the point. So there is some
Now that your
responsibility.
point is whack.
There's some responsibility on Salter to get the guaranteed completions. We're talking about wide open guys, bad throws, but then this is where I am going to say that he wasn't placed in a position to win. They brought nobody in.
I'm about to call you out because were you the
Hey,
one that was saying
Wait, let me
they're
finish.
not allowing him to do that? Were
Let
you
me
the
land
one?
the plane so you'll get my point. They didn't bring anybody in on the coaching staff to deal with his style of play, meaning that coming from Liberty, we saw that He was great with his legs, his IQ with running and stuff. But you insert him not into a play adjusted for him. You inserted him into a Pat Shermer. I'm just coming off of Shador with a 70% passing rate. So it was the playbook. If we're being honest, the playbook was not adjusted to the identity of the leader of the team, quote unquote Salter.
I
If
have
we
some
being
Yeah,
pushback. I have some
I mean,
pushback to that,
agree to
Panda. If you don't like,
disagree. Yeah.
Let's get
hey,
Oh,
the
go ahead. Go
pushback
ahead,
in. Go,
Ty.
go ahead, Todd. Push back.
okay. My pushback to that is, yes, Kalen Salter came from Liberty. Now he's at the Power 4 level. The levels are faster, a lot faster than it was when he was at Liberty. I feel like the playbook is there for him, but the things that he may have been able to do when he was over there at Liberty, now that he's in the Big 12 and the game is a little bit faster, faster pace, better athletes, then I feel like he can't do exactly what he do when he was at Liberty.
I'll push
So,
But
back on
Smith,
that. I
Smith,
got to
the
push
thing,
back
the
on that.
thing about what you're saying, I have to disagree with.
I too.
Football is
I got to
football.
disagree too.
Football is football at every level, right? However, players might be faster, players might have a sharper IQ, players might be more physically fit, but football is football. What we were not seeing was him taking off running and not going nowhere.
But
We
here's
were
what.
seeing that. We
But
were
here's something.
seeing.
I'm sorry, Panda.
Go ahead.
I just want to add this in here. Consider this. There's only one QB on that team that has chemistry, continuity, and consistency with the team.
That's
Only
tough.
one. And
that's
So
that is
facts.
Staub.
that's
Right.
So
Todd.
he is
Yeah.
going to, and so at the end of the day, he knows Schumer. He knows Livingston. He knows Prime. He knows Seaton. He knows all those players. So
But
and I
what
can
happened to
almost
the investment, DC? What happened to investing
I
in the
know.
guy?
I know what you're saying, but like Panda has a good point about like the playbook. But the truth be told, is you have three QBs with different styles, really four. So if you're teaching only one of them would know more of the playbook. Like remember we were saying people were saying the thing with Shador, have to get more on the playbook that Staub has had time in the system to know it. So I get what Panda is making a good point. I just think it's to a point where I think where people decided to invest in Salter, but I also have to throw this grenade out there. It's that if Coach Prime was not there all summer, how did he see what was going on?
Ooh, that's a good one.
Don't they have practice tapes?
Yeah, I mean, he was looking at the tape. It's still different when you're there in person. You get a different feel. But my thing is when you go through fall camp and the way fall camp shake out, and Staub ends up the proverbial number 3 quarterback. So you went through fall camp for a reason. He had an open
And if
QB
I'll be
competition,
honest,
It could be.
and
based on the footage,
and Staub was third. So now you telling me Staub went. So now you telling me the race was closer than
no, it was not.
than they led it on to be.
No, he was getting picks in practice.
Exactly.
Let me be honest.
So that's my thing. So look, I can agree on the play calling situation. Like, yeah, play calling is play call. You got to execute the play call, whatever it's called, right? If we call in the bubble screen and the receiver's not blocking, then obviously Michael Welch gonna get blown up because nobody blocked, right? But my thing is when they coming in and say, well, now Staub is the QB and we're gonna see what shakes out. What's gonna happen is Staub looked good against Delaware. That's a lesser talent.
That's
And
what
that's
I'm
okay.
saying.
You're supposed to look good against them. Now
I feel like
you're
we're
going against
overreacting.
you're going against a Big 12 opponent,
You're
and let's
right,
say
Aaron.
Staub don't start off too good. Is Coach Prime gonna be quick to pull him out, or he
That's
gonna
that's
ride with him all throughout?
that's
So
my
that's the thing we gotta
caution.
wait to see.
I
Yeah.
don't think Saab should start this game. I'm gonna just be straight up.
Absolutely not.
I don't think he should either, but he gonna start. He gonna be
So
out there.
wait,
He gonna
so
start.
hold on one second. So y'all gonna take him from Martin Luther Staub, who had a dream, and put him out there to now you finna take him back to Rosa Staub and put him in on the back of the bus?
But
And
What
Martin
we
Luther
doing?
he
King,
gonna start. You
Martin
can't
Luther King didn't live to see his dream. I just want to point that out.
yeah. You can't sit him on the bench after the game you
Why not?
had. You gotta run him out there. You gotta
JR,
start him.
JR,
No,
but
you
JR,
cannot start him over Salter because you brought Salter in for for this starting position. Delaware is Delaware. You were just probably trying to see what you have in your QB room,
Yeah.
period. And that was the right game to explore those three quarterback ideas. But
I agree
you
with you.
can't you cannot start Ryan Staub. I don't care if he threw for 500 yards
Yeah,
over
I
Kalen
agree with you.
Salter.
I
And
agree with you.
Salter did not play bad. He was like 13 for 16, one something. Like
I
what?
agree with you. But you see what Harry's showing right now? Who stopped going against? The scout team. What'd they tell you?
Yeah, I think there's a little fool's goal with Staub because if you think about
Yeah.
it, other than those big plays which he was able to get, you're not guaranteed necessarily because I seriously doubt that Delaware schemed for Staub and schemed for that type of stuff. They probably schemed more so for um more so they probably plan more so for we're gonna play to not let Salter beat us with his feet because we don't believe he can beat us with his arm. And then
Mhm.
Staub came out there and took advantage because think about it, there was no safety. I don't even know where Delaware's safety. He must have been sitting there eating hot dogs and freaking um turkey legs because he was
How about
nowhere to be
number
seen.
9, quick DC? That young man fast, bro.
Yeah, but I mean, at the end of the day, you still have to have safety help over the top. And if you got somebody just sprinting, but I don't think that Houston will be caught off guard.
Nigga, if I wasn't throwing the ball all the time,
Yeah.
I was
I'm,
running and I was doing thing, it opens up for that play. So it is just the play calling open up for that play to happen. It wasn't
Yeah,
like they was just
my
there.
my prediction for the Houston thing, Staub gonna go out there, he gonna throw an early pick. And that's gonna shake him. Because I've watched
I
Houston. They
mean, the
played
first
Stephen
throw he
F.
threw,
Austin.
the third throw he threw was supposed to be a pick.
It was
Let's
supposed to
be
be a
honest.
pick, yeah. They played Houston played Stephen F. Austin, and then they played Rice. And one
What
thing I noticed about their defense not like they front seven, it's not like fast flowing or anything like that. But they backside, them back four, they jump a lot of routes. A lot. Houston, they got like 5 picks in 2 games.
So,
They be jumping routes left and right against Rice University. I mean, it's Rice. That's an Ivy League school, but still, they were just jumping routes left and right.
hey y'all
So that's
tell
listen.
gonna
y'all
happen
what
to
the
Style.
stats.
Hey y'all listen to this. So this is a narrative, and this is something that I don't know if I like about Colorado's ecosystem. We are quick to react and fast to stab. I'm going to repeat that. We're
Fast to stop.
right.
Hey, that was good one. That was good one, DC.
We're quick to react
Sobbing
and
him
we're
up.
fast to stab, to slice somebody. One day, Shantae is rooting for Juju. The next day, he sucks. He's trash.
Not the next day, the same day.
Well, I mean, it was the day before she was saying, put
Right,
Juju in, put
right.
Juju in,
They're
right?
like Jesus,
And
crucify
then
him.
we
They was
got
like
we got we
Hosanna,
got Wee
Hosanna, and then
B.
crucify.
We got Wee B saying Star made Delaware look like Delaware. Salter didn't. I don't agree with this statement. Let me tell you why. When the game opened up, Salter gave us 10 points. Salter was Salter. He was doing well. You got to let him cook. They didn't let him cook because of whatever plan Deion Sanders cooked up or whatever he was trying to do. So you didn't let Salter do Salter. The thing that you saw was the second half where Salter was feeling kind of salty.
Well, you
That's
can't
the
afford to do that, Harry. I'm not giving him that as
I don't
a
just
reason.
wait. That's fine, but just we got to understand how this ecosystem, this community,
It's
how we do people.
professional
We set
athletics,
people
Harry.
up to we set people up to bring them down. This is what I'm noticing because
Nah, I
now
disagree.
that's fine. You can get your pushback once I land this plane.
Your plane running out of gas.
It's not. I'm not using gas, bro. Not in the plane. DC, please tell them.
Jet fuel, baby.
If you're using gas, this is Jamaican flight. This is not Jamaican flight. Anyways, listen, Salter was doing very well. He was doing well. Okay. When we started to see Ryan Stubb do better, we then started to uncover more faults for Salter. But Salter is allowed to make mistakes. The same mistakes that Shador was making, and we forgave him. Salter made mistakes. So that's your starter. He has no trust. I don't know. I know I asked the question earlier, and I think it was JR Boxing. He said, yeah, they like him. I don't think that they like Salter.
I disagree, Harry. If Coach Prime said that was what they decided to do for that game, and then Stubbs confirm it in the press conference, all we doing, we can't make our speculation facts. They went into that game.
No, he had his plan. I'm not.
But wait, let me finish. They went into the
game. But you're finishing something that is not necessary because I didn't say that. I didn't say
I'm
not arguing. I'm saying if Salter is your starter, and then from the jump he's competing with Juju, he's competing with other guys, and now he's being taken out of games that he could have actually done a lot more. You made him feel some kind of way, and then he reacted to that as a human being, as human beings would. And now
Harry,
the fan base is actually looking at him like he's actually the fault.
If you already know that is the call of the coaching staff for the day, you cannot feel salty when you get out if it was already laid out for you. Now, it's different if you say Coach Prime just got up in the middle of the game and made those switch. I will be 100%.
Treat it the way that it's being treated the way that it was laid out there as a fan.
That's the point I'm telling you. Coach, you have to.
But he didn't play terribly.
Coach Prime
did not play terribly.
This is pretty well. This per Coach Prime. This per Coach Prime. Everybody's gonna get 2 to 3 series, right? That's what Coach Prime said to the media.
Right.
Everybody's gonna get 2 to 3 series. So Salter got what, 2 series?
And he took advantage of it. He did well.
And then Juju came in. Juju got his 2 series, and then Staub came in. Staub got 5 series, and then you bring Salter back in for essentially what looked like garbage time. So Coach Prime didn't even stick to his own thing. Now I get it. You don't take the hot hand out. Like, I don't think Coach Prime was even expecting Staub to go out there and like torch him like that. So I get it. Like, you don't take the hot hand out. Keep the hot hand in.
That's the overreaction.
So that's the part that's like, you keep him in. Like, he hot, you gotta keep him in.
So because what's the name was hot too when he was in. Salter was hot too when he was in.
And I would say that's the only thing that I would say towards Salter. Like, you got to understand that. Like, he got the hot hand, so you keep him in. But initially, the plan was 2 series, 2 to 3 series, 2, 2, 2. So everybody got 2, 2, 2. And then it just so happened, Staub 2 felt when it was coming during the last 4 minutes of the half or something like that. Because to me, I was just like, dang, why they not giving Juju that experience in the 2-minute, 2-minute drill? Gave it to Staub. I felt like it should have went to Juju. Like, at least let him, you know what I'm saying? You're trying to get some tape, trying to get him a little experience. Let him run a little 2-minute. It is what it is. But
this is why I think taking out Juju was right. You also don't want to he's 17, right? And we see Salter can't handle the criticism of the public. You don't want to insert Juju as 17-year-old into the abuse of the online media engine. You see what I'm saying? I think taking him out was wise. You don't want to expose him to that. You see what I'm saying?
So Panda, are you saying you agree with what Coach Prime is doing?
Only for that game because it didn't count for
got him, huh, DC? Got him.
No, I agree with it for this game. Overall, as the coaching style, I think they did not do the best interest of their number 1 starter, which was to bring in somebody as an analyst or something to, let's be honest, the student body behind them were chanting "Fire Sherman," right? So as a whole, imagine you sitting down with somebody last year. I remember sitting down with my homegirl, and she could have said, this play was coming. He is that predictable. So in the coaching staff itself, let me even go deeper to my point. You see in NFL or Georgia or stuff like that, where they have the O-line double teaming, right? To creating room for the running back to run. There is no creativity even in how the O-line functions. Every now and then we saw this year they try to use Seton Athletic to rush out, but even Salter doesn't have the awareness to run behind it. We are looking at the game. So there is a disconnect between the quarterback and the O-line, and then there's a disconnect in terms of the creativity of the O-line. And we are talking about some people who are known to be great O-line people. So we got to be honest about that.
I'm just gonna say this and then and continue to
I
listen.
haven't heard from
But
Ty in a minute.
here,
Ty, you
yeah,
okay over
because
there?
I don't but I want to touch on that point because I think the community has to understand this. That's what you have to accept when you become a portal heavy team. You're not
Yeah,
going to have continuity. You have to
yeah.
accept that. Sometimes it's gonna work, and then sometimes you're gonna look all over the place. You
I'm
can
going to
go
call
around
one team for the pushback to that point when you finish.
because
Indiana.
because
Not
Hello.
Indiana, Florida.
when you have a
Indiana is
well,
even a better
Florida,
example.
Florida just lost to USF, so I don't know. I mean,
No, he's talking about you talking about Florida or FSU? I mean
I'm talking about
FSU.
Florida State, yo.
Yeah, he's talking about
oh,
state. You guys
Florida,
talking about
Florida
Gators.
State. No,
You
no, 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 no.
you talking about the nose.
Florida State. Even when they was losing bad last year, they still brought in like 25 recruits last year and the year before that. So even though they was like losing bad, they was still
Yeah, but
bringing
the
in a
year
lot of
before
recruits.
that, they won and they didn't get to go into the playoff because their quarterback got hurt. You forgot that was a
Yeah, I
portal.
mean, they
We're talking about portal heavy. That's the
no Florida, but that's the misconception. Like Florida State is not portal heavy. They not. They went and they got DJU out of the portal and maybe a few others. But outside of that, Florida State recruits a lot of high school kids. I'm talking about 20 plus high school recruits a year.
I mean,
every
isn't
You can
Florida
go
like
go
Georgia?
look at them. They Florida State recruits really well high school. They ain't
I'm
no
not
portal
disputing
heavy
that. I'm
team.
just saying that the successful team that was on the verge of going to the playoff was a portal heavy team.
It wasn't a portal team. Jordan Travis was already there 2 years.
Yeah, but you talking about one player. The rest of players,
The running backs were there in the system. The O line was all of them people were
Yo, some of
established
those
there. They were
players came
not
from
portal.
Colorado too. I think Florida State had a couple of
Yeah,
either a couple or
that
one
that
starter that was from Colorado.
that Florida State team was an established team. Like, yeah, they brought in some portal players, but they ain't bring in 35 portal players, 50 portal
but
players.
we
Okay,
also
They
what number
sprinkle some
would you
in.
consider? What's the number to be considered a Porter heavy team?
Uh, over 20 will be a portal heavy team. Like you bringing in
20?
20 different players to be on
Hold
your
on,
team
but we got to
in the
qualify
portal.
that.
That's a lot.
What about your starters? If you got starters that are Porter guys, does it still have to be 20?
If you got portal guys that are starter guys, like look, you're
No,
gonna
I
have some
said
guys.
starters.
Yeah, that's what I'm
Like
you're
saying.
losing
if
people
most of your
to the
starters
draft.
are Porter guys, like your quarterback, your DBs. Right? Like,
You're gonna have some positions that you need to address through the portal. But if you if you go look when you have time, look at Florida State's roster. If you want to go back and look at their roster for the last 3 years, they have consistently been recruiting. And what happened
They are.
was Jordan Travis got hurt. They didn't make the playoffs, but guess what they did the next year? They still recruited high school well.
Yeah, but this is what
Like,
I'm saying, JR. What you are talking about is standard football at a legacy program. George, the Gators, these are legacy programs who have money. Then you are comparing it from a O and thing team where Prime inherit, bro. It takes time to build that type of structure that you want to
I'm,
experience.
I'm not
What you
saying
want is football.
I'm not
What you
saying
want is the
CU.
right thing.
I'm not saying CU has to do that. I'm just agreeing to what DC said. DC said you're going to have these type of issues when you're a portal heavy team, and I agree with that.
And
Like
my
you look at
pushback was,
CU's offensive line, there's only one starter returning. That's Jordan Seaton. Everybody else is new on the offensive line. You look at the receivers,
that's
all
not
of them are new.
yo
I mean, they
yo
lost them to
was
the
there.
NFL.
Yo-Yo was there.
He doesn't start. There's a
Yo-Yo
difference with
starts.
no, he does not. He does not start. He plays in the game, but he doesn't start. You go and look at the starting lineup. Yo-Yo doesn't start.
Oh.
He plays in the game, but he doesn't start. You look at the receivers. I mean, I get it. Like the receivers
where's
left for the
Tyler Brown?
NFL, but still, Sincere Brown transfer, JoJo Williams transfer, Hakeem Williams transfer. Who's the only receiver that
So let me ask you
potentially
this,
start from last year is Draylon Miller? Everybody else is
Omarion
JR,
Miller.
let me ask you
and
this.
Amarion Miller. Everybody else
JR,
is
are you
from the portal.
comfortable with giving Prime 5 years to build it the way you want?
Am I comfortable giving Prime the five? That's not a question
No.
for me to answer.
What do you think about what I'm saying?
What
I
I
don't
will
think it's
say,
sustainable.
what I will say is CU
5 years. That's a long time,
administration
bro.
Good point,
is
Tim.
comfortable. I would say CU is comfortable with it because they gave him a 5-year, $56 million contract.
Yeah,
So
but
they
they
must be
gave it
comfortable
on
with
the
it.
basis of him filling the seats. They didn't give him on the basis of football. They gave him on the basis of his magnetization to the CU program.
We don't know that. That's speculation.
Yo,
We don't know that.
when he was negotiating, they was talking about how he lifted the economic status of Colorado, of that area of Boulder.
You
That's
was in
good,
that
but
room?
that's still
You
speculation,
said when
man.
he
We
was
don't know that. We
negotiating, you
don't know
was in
that
that
to be
room?
Well, this is what they
we
were
don't know that to be 100% true.
Well, my
But
degree is in
Hey,
visual
Pedro sounded
communication.
like he was right there.
I
Degree
know.
is
but
in
his
visual
contract,
communication.
yeah, but that
I can
contract,
tell you when
but
virtual signaling is going on, right?
but Panda also, I agree with you because also Prime has a Prime equity clause in his
DC,
contract,
cut that
and
nonsense out,
No,
DC.
and
Stop
so
with that, man. What is
The
wrong
point I'm
with
Oh
making
you?
is
gosh.
I can say that what DC is saying, what Smith is saying about legacy programs and building it the right way. If we build it the right way, right, he requires 3 to 5 years to do that.
You know what's
Well, this is
the
his
crazy
third year.
thing is? You know what the crazy thing is? This year would have been the year to start. Because everybody, look, with Travis gone, Heisman winner, Shador gone, your son's gone, all your Jackson State players pretty much out the door, all of that talent left. This would have been the year to go another 4-8, but
JR.
have 30 recruits, 30
But
high
check
school
this.
recruits in the pipeline. You
But
know what I'm
check
saying?
this
This
out.
Hey,
would have been the
JR.
year.
Hey, JR.
I
What
want to
up?
go
I
right
don't,
after
I
Tim.
don't, I don't think that they can keep Seaton if they go only winning 3 games this season.
They're
Yeah,
not.
look, is that a casualty to a building of a program? Hopefully, you would hope that the relationship that you have is strong enough. Look, you got a 5-star QB. You go and you attain, some offensive linemen. You should have focused more so on defense because their defense is very senior led. So once some seniors out the door, what your defense look like next year? That's gonna be another portal situation. So to me, this is the year you go and you tell Seaton, look, man, look, just hang in there because individually, his play, his talent, he gonna be in the first round regardless. Now, whether that's top 5, top 10, that's all debatable. But he's talented enough to still go in the first round. So hopefully you have a relationship built in with him to say, look, man, I just need you to ride with me through the hard times. Pay him
But
well, give him a lot of NIL money or whatever the case may be. But if he want to go and win, then let him go and win.
but
But
JR,
that's the
but JR,
casualty of it.
but this now brings into this. I'll be real quick with it. This brings in the thing of the Louis luggage. That means that the team was built to get it now, and
Exactly.
it wasn't necessarily being built because think about this. While we talking about all these QBs, he could have had Diego Pavia, who was killing it. But the thing was to focus on. He said no, because ain't nobody
Wait,
finna come in and take the place of my son, which I can understand as a dad, but I disagree with that as a coach.
He wasn't gonna get
You
Diego
can't,
Pavia.
you got to choose another player, DC. You can't
No,
use
I can use that one because that dude is
with
balling
Shador
out.
stats and the
PC just
level of
picking on
play.
Prime on that one.
Listen to
You
what I
can't use Shador as an example for
I
that. Use
can
other
use that.
players.
I can use that as an
He wasn't.
example of
Okay,
that.
let me
He
ask you this.
wasn't.
DC.
He wasn't gonna
I
get. He
thousand
wasn't gonna get
percent can.
Shador.
But see, here's the thing: is
I
if we
mean,
got
he
to get
wasn't
it,
gonna get.
are we gonna have a prime conversation or a straight up football
But let me
conversation?
I want to go back and forth
That's
with
disingenuous, though.
No, it's
DC. Let me
not.
DC, you
ask
know
you
No,
this.
what?
it's no. It.
DC,
Go
hold on,
ahead.
DC.
Go
From
ahead.
the Louis luggage,
You
from
don't trust that Shador was better at the time?
from the
You'll hear what
four
I'm saying
Louis
once I get
luggages,
done.
from the
Go ahead.
4 Louis luggages, who was going to come to that team with the record that they had? Tell me how you recruit. And the problem was when you listen to DMVR, the people who lived there, the collective was non-existent because of the 4 years previously of bad performance. So you had no money. You had the ability to get money, but the collective had no money in it, right? Then everybody and their mothers telling you, oh, Prime is just there for himself. So that is influencing people's parents. That is influencing other people. How are you getting people to go there? Minus the 4 Louis luggages,
You
right?
killing your argument. You
Oh
kill
wait,
your
I'm
argument.
giving you a
But you
out.
cut me off before I even finished because you wouldn't even had to say all this. You had let me finish. I'm just being honest with you. So here's the thing: you telling me that I can go and get a future Heisman while I'm at Jackson State, and I can't do it at Colorado? I don't buy that. The
I mean,
thing is,
he did it. It didn't work out though. He tried to
the
do it with
thing
Kamani
is,
McClain.
what happened is that we put an expectation, but Prime fed into that. I absolutely believe he could have had good enough to build the bench. That's why you do the high school recruiting, because you're building the bench. Everybody was so quick to sit back and say, no, you ain't getting this, and we need to go ahead and get this, and Portal King and all this kind of stuff. But at the end of the day is you still have to touch that market. So you have to accept what you're seeing right now is because there was something, the output you're seeing now is because there was some missing inputs on there. Yes, I do believe he could have
DC,
had that.
I agree
DC.
with you a
Oh,
little
wait,
bit,
wait. Let me
DC.
ask this question to both of y'all. How
And this,
many high schoolers visited CU in the recruiting process? Because y'all are acting like,
It's a lot.
okay, then.
Unofficial,
So
official
if they
visits.
can't land them, come on. You're acting like they are not going after people. They are literally going after people. But if Oregon throwing you a bigger bag, if this other team throwing you a
No, no, no,
bigger
no, no, no,
bag,
no. It
you're
ain't.
not
It
and they
ain't.
are
going after
It ain't.
winning
the
programs.
It's
Let
not.
me
It's not
add that
about.
on.
It's.
Let me add that
It's.
on, and then you're gonna go, JR. The other programs are also better built. Where CU is now, the other programs that they are competing with is better built. Looking at in hindsight, Kamani left and he said he wanted to be coached up. Is because they could say, hey, this is a good idea, but it's not ready for me, and I don't want to risk it. Go ahead.
Yeah. I look at it from. I'm not really like focused on the money because you can speculate that every player is into money, but players want to know where their future is going. So the thing that
Not
DC
today,
brought
bro.
up.
Not
No,
today. Nobody
hold
cares.
on. The thing that people do care because they got dreams outside of just getting a few $100,000 in college. Like that's not everybody's dream, right? So
I mean, only the elite
DC,
guys.
DC brought up the fact of Diego Pavia. It's hard pressed for you to convince Diego Pavia to go to CU in 2023 and then sit behind Shador for 2 years and then hey, you can eventually be the guy, or we might over recruit over you. So that's a hard sell. So that's why they ain't bringing no quarterback. Like, what quarterback you gonna bring in, and they knowingly know, well, I'm about to sit for 2 years. Like,
But
only
DC
places
knows
that
that
are
though.
gonna be able to
He's
do that.
trolling.
Yeah, but
I'm
that's what I'm
not
saying.
trolling.
And
I'm not
then,
trolling because guess
DC, you
what?
trolling, bro. You
Because
trolling.
no, I'm
Come on
not.
now.
No, I'm
but
not. Because
look,
watch this.
Wait,
No, I'm
wait,
not.
wait. I want to hear
I'll land
DC's
here.
rebuttal. Go ahead, rebuttal,
I'll
DC.
land here. Hold on, I'll land
Go.
here.
Y'all gotta
What I'm
let Tim get
saying,
in here. Tim been trying to talk.
yeah, what I'm saying is that see, Coach Prime had, I call this year a gimme year. He literally had a gimme year because I don't blame him for wanting to build it as fast as he can for the Louis boys. Like I don't blame you. You don't have a 5-star talent like Travis Hunter and don't build around that and build around Shador as quickly as possible to try to flip something real quick. That's cool. But this year, yeah, this could have been a get me year. You could have easily played to the fact, look, we lost a lot, to, NFL talent, some guys that are foundational pieces to this team. It's gonna take me a little time to build it back up. And we probably gonna have some growing pains, but look, we coaching them hard, we going through this, we we doing this. That's the same thing
As
that's
soon as
happening
Tim is
with
around the
Fran
bench,
Brown. That's the same thing that's happening with Fran Brown out there in Syracuse right now. Although he wasn't handed a 1-11 team, but Fran Brown still had a lot of turnover on the roster, right? They played well last year, but they
you
struggling
talking about the
this year.
Q? You talking about the
You know
Q?
why they yeah, you know why they struggling this year? Because they playing a lot of freshmen. But that's a part of
Bro,
the
they
struggle.
struggled last year too.
No, they didn't really struggle last year. They played pretty solid last year.
But
They
the
won.
point,
I want to say they won 9 games or 10. I think they won
right?
10,
They
9 or 10
did, they did.
games.
But here's the
But
point I'm making. Here's the point I'm making. Okay, this is what a coach is supposed to do: recruit
Go
and
slow,
retain.
DC, because I really want to catch your point. Go a
A
little slow.
coach is supposed to be recruiting and retaining players. Y'all are wanting to use different metrics for prime that Nick Saban couldn't get away with. You could not get away with Kirby Smart. You can't get with Ryan Day. It's all of those coaches, Sarkeesian, all of them. None of them, I'm telling you right now,
DC,
had
what do
coach
you
got
really
a.
want to say?
I'm
That's what
not
I'm
dissing.
interested in.
I'm
What do
not
you really
dissing.
want to say?
I am not
Yeah,
dissing
I'm
prime at
asking
all.
you can
Just
lay
say
it on
it,
me heavy
DC.
today, DC.
I
I'm sitting
support
here
you.
saying,
Go ahead and
I'm
say it.
sitting
I
here saying,
support
I'm
you.
sitting here
You
saying
can
is
lay
that
it heavy on me today,
here it
DC. Go
is.
ahead.
Had Prime got it, had Prime gotten a jet and went out and started going to people's school and recruiting, that university would have been stacked with players. And
I
nobody can sit here
disagree
and
with
tell
you, DC,
you
for
can't.
one reason. And my
Okay.
one reason is the Colorado be stacked with them coming, right? But we
That
also
don't
have
mean
to
they're gonna
remember
stay.
when people are four, because at the point we couldn't get 5 stars. Let's just be honest. The fact that Prime got Seaton, the
You
fact that
could
Prime
get
got
five
Juju,
stars.
huh?
You could get 5 stars. You just did not decide to go out there after them.
I don't think you get 5 stars, and it's the reason why. Early on, you don't get
I
Right.
five
can tell you
stars.
why. Come on now.
You don't get 5 stars because the 5 stars can't see the future of where they're going. Like you get Cormani McLean because Cormani McLean looks and say, "Oh yeah, I could be like Travis Hunter." You
Right.
can't say that with every offense. You got Jordan Seaton because you paid Jordan Seaton. That's how you got Jordan Seaton.
That's a fact.
You know what I'm saying? But you're not gonna get no 5 star running back because you ain't put no running back in the NFL, period.
Well,
Right.
you're
You ain't
not
gonna
gonna
get
get
no
all the
five
fives.
stars.
No, you're not
First
gonna
of all,
get
But
you
all
got to
the
run the
five
but
ball
that's what
stars.
you
first.
but that's what you're saying. You're saying hop on a jet and fly around the country and do all of that. I mean, that's
Right.
cool. Like he could do that. I agree. He should go out and
It
do some
sounds
home
good.
business and stuff like that. But he still ain't gonna land a 5 star talent. Because if I'm a 5 star player, I want to know that I have a chance to go to the NFL.
Right.
And if Alabama is my best chance to go to the NFL, then I'm gonna go to Alabama.
But you
Right.
Because
marketed
guess what?
yourself. But you marketed yourself.
Alabama puts them in the NFL every year.
But
That
you
Period.
coach,
marketed.
that
But you marketed yourself as the pipeline to the NFL, and
He
that's how
did
you
not market
structured
himself as a
your.
pipeline to the
And you
NFL.
you did because you sat back
He
and put your.
marketed
that's
himself
that's why I
as
said this year. That's why I said this year was the
You
year for you to hit the recruits to say, look,
Y'all
they're
not
coming
y'all.
out.
This,
We got guys getting drafted. We got guys that's gonna be in the NFL. This is the year to do it
I'm on
because now
JR's side.
hold
you
on.
can sell
I'm
that
on
dream
Let
JR's
for
me and
side
recruit.
Tim.
with
Let me
me,
and Tim
DC
get some
Law.
words in here. Hold up.
Oh, my
Y'all been
bad.
hogging the microphone. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Gosh, calm down.
I finally got
Listen,
somebody on my side, so I'm riding it out.
listen, man. I feel like y'all are being disingenuous in a way because y'all talking like this is a blue blood. This ain't no blue blood. We're talking about Colorado, right? Like Allen Iverson was talking about practice. We talking about Colorado, right, DC?
No, we ain't asking you to be a blue blood, but what y'all saying is that if you had it done it maybe a little differently, you definitely would have been at the top of the
But
Big
the
12.
elements of what you're saying are blue blood elements. You're not
What I'm
talking.
saying to
You're
you,
not
No,
saying
those are
DC,
your play.
those are
DC,
fundamentals of any
what
program
you
that's been built.
all right,
No, but
let me
those.
give you a
Hold
all
on,
right,
Panda. I thought I was supposed to be talking. Listen, the things and
no
the
show you
fundamentals
know.
that you're talking about are the programs that are established, or at least a coach that's established. They gotta be going there for something. Once the players smell that, oh, we were just talking about marketing and quotables, they was like, oh, nah, we good. Like, come on now, you peep that. Like, this is something gotta keep you. You can come, but something gotta keep you. A
Did
lot
we
of
not
players
retain
came.
players? Did we
A lot
retain
of players
players?
came, but nothing was there to keep them. The wins
A
was in
few
there.
A few stay, bro.
a
Who is that
future
on?
a
Who is
Yeah,
future
but
that
to
that's
the
not what
on?
DC is
NFL.
talking about. That's not what
A
DC is talking
future
about.
a future to the NFL sells you. That's what sell them kids when they get recruited to the other schools. That's what
But
sells them, man.
Colorado is not that type of team.
Yeah,
But you
but
said
When
this
people,
is the
when
thing.
you talk about the general idea of Colorado, I guarantee you can't nobody tell you what it is.
So
Yeah,
what
but
was the pitch to Jordan Seaton then? If you because Jordan Seaton signed, so what you pitching to
Shador
Jordan
and
Seaton?
Travis Hunter. That's it.
And then what else after that? Because obviously you know they gone after that. So what else are you telling him to
you
make him
paying them.
stay? So
You paying them.
you either
They are the
paying him,
pipeline to the NFL. Colorado is not the pipeline to the NFL.
you either paying him, or guess what else you tell Jordan Seaton? We gonna put more coaches in that room to get you prepared. Because
Well,
you're not gonna have Phil Loho in the room coaching all of the offensive linemen with some random GA. But you tell Jordan Seaton, you the priority. You are the next big thing for the school. Why you think Jordan Seaton sat at that
Are you
podium and was
talking
so
about one
confident to
player? That
say,
was not the
but
that's not the
but
essence of
that's
what DC's talking about. You got one player. Coach Prom can get the ones and the twos. We talking about building the program with players where you start getting some of these guys, these traditional players to come here and build this program. I don't know that it's ever going to happen at Colorado. You're only going to be able to get ones and a few here and there, and then you got to stay Porter heavy because
they don't
Colorado ain't got nothing for anybody to be like, all right, what y'all got? After Travis and Shador, who is the third stringer in the NFL, after those, what you got? What is Colorado's identity for anybody to be like, I want to go play for that? What is it? Can anybody explain that to me?
yeah,
we
but this is the point I'm making.
You're not gonna explain that, right? That's a no, right?
comparing it.
Let me just make sure my question doesn't go unanswered. Can anybody explain to me Colorado's identity where a player from any other team or a high schooler and their parent would want to come to Colorado besides the gold jacket? Can you tell me what their identity is?
come on, Tim Smith. Tell me, Tim Smith. I know you because I want to hear what you got to say, bro.
yeah,
Tell
I
me.
mean I can explain it, but we'll see.
I don't think Colorado has an identity. And your 5 stars, some of the big name 5 stars, if Coach Prime ain't going and sitting in their living room and being able to persuade them from going to a LSU, Ohio State, a Nebraska, Arizona State, or Utah, then he's going to miss out on a lot of talent. And two teams right now are very portal heavy, North Carolina and Colorado, and both of them are 1-1. But it's a real uphill climb for both programs. Do I have more faith in Bill Belichick to be able to recruit coming next season than I do for Coach Prime? Because Coach Prime didn't already said if one leave, we'll go right in the portal and grab somebody else.
But let me
So that's
ask
where
you
his
this,
mindset
Tim.
is.
Let me ask you this, Smith. Everything that y'all are saying about football, I agree, right? But then
You're not
y'all
going to answer my
cannot
question,
be
right?
as
Right, Panda. You're ducking my question.
no. My thing is they are in a rebuild. A rebuild technically takes 3 to 5 years. Y'all
Hey,
can't
Panda.
on one hand say let them go through the rebuild structure, and then on the second hand expect to win now. So you'll have
Hey,
to make a
Panda.
decision that if this is
Bruh,
going to be a building,
Signetti
Hey,
is winning
Panda.
at Indiana right now.
Hey,
What are you talking about?
hey, Harry. Can I say this real quick? And I'm
because
gonna
it's a
shut
Yes,
up.
please.
legacy program,
It's
bro.
it.
You all are
Hey,
comparing Colorado. Let me finish
Whoa,
the
whoa,
point,
whoa,
Smith.
whoa.
You go.
Panda. Hey,
Let me
Indiana
finish
Panda.
the
not a
point.
legacy football program. Stop it,
Hey,
Panda.
Then
hey,
they're
Panda.
not.
I'm gonna say this and
They
Bro,
got
shut
can
up.
we just
basketball.
lie one time,
Hey,
JR?
let Ty
Hey,
Smith speak, man. He didn't say that much words.
hey, I'm gonna say this real quick, and this is my pushback to you, Panda. Colorado do not have a Shador Sanders, a Travis Hunter
To sell.
to sell anymore. So
That's
now
right.
it's gonna have to solely depend on recruiting. When I say I can see
The
the
portal,
writing on
man.
the wall and the bottom is about to fall away from
Mm-hmm.
up under them in their
Mhm,
program, You don't have to believe me if you don't want to, but me and DC been talking about this for a minute offline. This year is going to be a hard year for them. And moving forward, it's going to be a hard year, especially if the players that they have now that trusted in Coach Prime based off of last year winning season that they had and not being able to see it flourish now early on with a Kayla Salter only got 1 year. A Julian Lewis that's struggling, but he's 17. But you got some good receivers that then transferred from other schools, like the kid that came from Tulsa. He could have went anywhere, and he still got a lot of eligibility left. But I haven't seen his name mentioned not one time, and we about to go to week 3.
But
It's two games, so I ain't
Tim,
that
check
I'm
your
not worried
email.
about that. But
You heard
Harry,
me, Tim?
I'll
Okay,
answer
I
your
got you.
question, Harry, as far as like what Coach Prime can do in order to inform recruits, like, hey, this is direction of the program. So what you tell them, what you tell a recruit is how you package it. Look, what I can put behind you is like no other. I can give you the biggest platform to showcase your talents. I can give you the biggest platform to help you continuously grow this program. That's what Coach Prime offers to them. Outside of the coaching and all of that stuff, obviously they're gonna meet with the coordinators and learn intricacies of what they're trying to do and establish for whatever their identity is. Doesn't seem like they have one. But Coach Prime, the coach, that's what he can sell to the players. Regardless of
Yeah,
like
but they're not buying
NFL
that no more. They're not
no,
buying that no more.
what do you mean they're not buying that?
They're not.
Travis Hunter was one of the biggest college football stars ever. What do you mean you're not buying that?
Yo, we
You
landed
don't you
Juju.
don't
I said,
you don't
look,
think you don't
you
think
want me to
Coach Prime
explain?
had anything to do with that?
Or do you want me to explain?
No, I'm just saying you're saying I'm
I
answering
can
your
explain. I
question
can explain
to
what I'm trying to tell.
what
I can explain it.
to what they could tell a recruit. Now, are you gonna hit on every recruit?
They're not
No.
buying that no more. I'm trying to tell you, they're not buying that no more.
Okay. After what, 6 months, they're not buying it?
Get 1 or 2 players, but I think that the essence of what we're trying to say here is if you're going to build a program the right way, you need more than just 1 player to build
It's
a
not
program.
Agree with you, Harry.
It's not about one player, Harry.
Nobody's disagreeing
But
with
you
that.
said Coach Prime as a selling point. I'm trying to explain it to you.
That's to every player, Harry. I didn't say Coach Prime says that to the 5-star player. No, you say that to every player. You say that
Harry,
to the
let me ask you
3-star.
this.
You say that to the
It's not a-
4-star. You say that to the
it's not a-
5-star. You say that to every single player. If
Okay, so
they
now
worth
give me a
recruiting, that's
second.
what
Let me
you
break it
tell
down for
them.
you. Give me a second. Let me break it down for you. Coach Prime can sell to individual players and get them in to come in. He can sell individual players. What I don't see happening is what naturally is supposed to happen with like these legacy programs, what they're doing, and they can stack players and they don't mind sitting and waiting because they know what they're sitting for. So if we're talking about that, Wild Dog, I see you. I'm coming to you in a second. If we're talking about that, it's very difficult to sell Coach Prime as the source for that. Players are not going to come here and sit for Coach Prime.
I didn't say they had to come in. I didn't say they
structure.
I didn't say they had to come and sit, Harry. I didn't say they had to come and sit.
Let me finish.
But that's how you build a program. The only way you build a program is
Harry.
We all can't talk at the same time. The only way you build a program is for players to buy into whatever it is that your identity is, and then they're willing to sit like Arch Manning was willing to sit in that system because he understood their identity. He was willing to sit there.
What you able to sell is impossible.
Are you able to get players to come and sit so you can build with them? Is what I'm saying.
Yes, you can. Are you gonna get a 5-star to come and sit? No.
Come on.
But you're looking at the 3 and the 4 stars to say, hey, you can
Prime
come
ain't got
here.
that kind of time, you know that.
Prime, you got that kind of time. He signed a 5-year contract. So whether they want to allow him 5 years to do it or not, or they want to fire him and pay him the rest of that money, guess what? That's $56 million guaranteed regardless.
The
But here's the
only
thing,
Yeah,
thing,
JR.
that's prime, but you're not talking
the
But
about
here's the
only
future
thing
programs
that
on this.
Colorado could offer is the ability to play now. Outside of that, we have nothing else to offer. And
But
if
see,
you want to play, let me finish the point. If you want to play now, if you go to Alabama,
You
you're going to
agree with
sit
me?
2 years. If you go to Georgia, you're going to sit 2 years. So if you're coming out of high school or you went to somewhere for 1 year and they didn't see your value, if you come to Colorado, you could play now and we could build a team around you. That is the best pitch they could possibly do. But if you are turning around and expecting them to use the Alabama name or use the Clemson name or use the Florida name, Colorado does not have that name recognition in college football.
hold
So
on one second.
it's disingenuous to put that
Are you
Colorado name.
agreeing
No,
with me?
no, no. Whoa,
Okay,
Panda.
okay,
Hold on
okay.
one
Yeah, stop.
second
Let me,
now.
let me bring Wild Dog on. Hold on.
Let me just
Wild Dog,
land the
welcome to the
plane.
show. Oh my Lord. Let me bring Wild Dog on. I said, Wild Dog, welcome to the show, my brother. How you doing today? What's good? Thank you for calling in.
What's up, Harry B? Blessings, panel. Blessings, bandwagon bus. Blessings, bandwagon Browns. Salute.
All right, hold the
What's
line.
up, look?
Hold the line, Wild Dog. Apparently there's a Jamaican plane that needs to land. It's losing steam though, and
Altitude.
it's
I'm
using
losing steam.
gas,
I'm losing altitude.
That plane is short of the
and you're
runway.
running on
I'm
gas.
just telling you right now. Your plane is short.
So
Go ahead, Panda. Land it.
I'm gonna say this, and I could
DC,
be
I don't
wrong.
think this plane can land, bro. I'm telling
And
you,
I'm
this
come on,
plane
Harry.
about to crash.
You let me lose my train of thought. All I'm saying is this: you are trying to compare
Am I
people
dead,
willing
coach?
to sit in legacy program structures, right? We see Alabama is struggling right now, but people will still go to Alabama because of the legacy that was created by Saban. People go to LSU because it's legacy programs. A lot of those coaches moved on and the team struggled, but the legacy, the alumni system of these programs or these schools, Colorado in its natural form right now, its name cannot go next to them. It's just the reality. You are turning around and trying to compare a legacy program that parents, you got to remember, these players have parents, and they're saying, if you sit in Alabama, I know Alabama have more players in the NFL. You're going to sit there because you're my child. If you go to LSU, you're going to sit there because you're my child. The only thing Prime could
All right,
offer is,
man.
if you come here, you could
Colorado
play
is
now.
We
a
can't take
legacy
three
school.
minutes to answer. We got too many people on the panel. We cannot go for like
Right.
3 minutes on one.
Right. So I'm gonna be
Colorado
real.
legacy is 15 years old.
Right. So I'll be real quick with this. You can't sit back and talk about all your clicks and views, and you can't say all the money you brought in and all this stuff and prime is a center, and then turn around and say, "Oh, we can't compete." Sorry, Buttercup, you have to compete. Now I'm
How?
not expecting.
Tell me how they
Listen,
compete these days.
let me finish. Nobody's
Bro, he just
expecting
called you
you.
a buttercup. Hold up.
I'm not expecting you.
Buttercup.
I'm not expecting you. Nobody's expecting you to be a blue blood. You never came in like that. But what you did
Man,
say
see,
is
y'all
that
double talking now.
you
The
can give
whole
Go ahead, Panda.
I say y'all double talking now, but finish because you're expecting them to perform as a blue blood, but then y'all are
No,
critiquing them
we're
as a
expecting
blue
you.
blood.
We're expecting you to operate on the program that
Build,
you said
build
we
it.
coming. You said, yeah. Do you believe
The
you?
Louis
Your
luggage.
coach said all that. Now you're sitting up here, and instead of you saying rebuilding, when you should be reloading it year three. And that's what I'm saying to you. I get everything you saying. I don't expect Colorado to be a blue blood. But what I am saying is this is still a doggone competition. You at year three. If you do not fix this stuff this year and you don't look good and you go out there and predicted to win 3 or 4 games, your year four, you still gonna be rebuilding. That's all I'm saying. This is coming from a place of
And,
love. Is that
and
And
I
that
that's
is
all
second
I'm
that,
okay.
saying.
DC. I second that. And let me just say this real quick. I only take 20 seconds. The way that you build these programs is you got to start with your identity. You got to go identity first, right? players will buy into some type of identity. It's happening over there with Signetti. It's happening with Nebraska. It's happening.
Tall.
People are building. You said false?
No, I said it's happening at Utah.
Right. So if you build your identity, players can buy into an identity if you lack the money to be able to compete with these bigger names. So you start with your blue blood building by making sure that you start with your identity. And I don't know that after 3 years we can identify Colorado football.
How
There is
long would
no
it take
identity. And
for
let me get
Colorado
Wild
to
Dog to
play
chime in. I
Bama?
need Wild Dog. He came in and he hasn't said a word. Let me allow Wild Dog to jump in here and tell me about this rebuild. We only got a few minutes to go. I cannot stay here until 10 because my schedule will not allow it. So, Wild Dog, go ahead and get your thoughts in, please. You might have to unmute. I'm not sure if you're talking or not.
How long does it take Colorado to play a blue blood, to compete against a blue blood in recruiting and on the field? If they did it your way,
your identity? What is Colorado's identity? Colorado can build slowly. Colorado can build slowly with their identity.
I asked you a simple question.
Can't talk at the same
if
time.
they did it DC way, how much years would it take for them to
3
compete
years.
with a blue blood?
Okay, so let me answer this question for you. In 3 years, right? This is year number 3.
Wrong.
Hold on now. Hold on. Two people cannot talk at the same time. The people out there that are listening will not hear us. So just let somebody get it out, and then you can have it.
Y'all only critique me on that, but we all do it. But go ahead.
I'm just saying, but you do it a lot. I'm just trying to let you know in case you didn't know that. You just start talking. Maybe it's I don't know. It's a weird thing. But listen, if Colorado started with their identity, by now, I feel like a lot of, because remember Colorado's original identity, I know from Liberia. in the 80s and the 90s, I saw Colorado playing football. When I came here, Colorado was a hard-hitting, tough-nosed football team. When Colorado was coming to your stadium, you had to be ready to get your nose broken.
You are reaching.
That was what I knew.
Colorado
That's
only
what
has
I
3
knew
years
about
at that
Colorado
level of
football. Again, you're doing it.
Reaching. They only have 3 years of that football. One they won the Big Ten.
Hey, Panda.
Wait.
Then explain Indiana. Explain Indiana and Illinois. Then explain it. Explain Oregon.
Explain Nebraska.
Look at the names you calling. The last time Colorado
won a national championship in the 90s.
Let me explain. You asked me to explain.
Colorado won a national championship. Don't say
what year?
These names used to be.
What year?
In the 90s.
Okay, then, Harry, be silent. It's 2025.
So
that don't mean anything.
Nebraska ain't won nothing,
bro. If you telling me you're really into football and telling me that it will take Colorado 3 years from coming from a 1-win team to be able to recruit, to be able to get at least 3s and 4s, to coach them up to play at Alabama, to recruit against Alabama to create an identity, man, I have nothing else to say. Y'all got it.
Good. I'm glad. So listen, since you got nothing else to say, which I think you're lying, you got a lot more to say. So listen, I'm not saying Colorado should be at the blue blood levels in 3 years. I'm saying by now Colorado should have had their identity established so that they can start using that as a recruiting tool. Right now, all they got is yellow jackets. I don't know if they're even gold anymore. Right now, those jackets they're fading. Okay, that's all we got is jackets. We got a bunch of jackets that's fading colors, right? And we don't know who our defense is. We don't know who our offense is. We just got a bunch of guys running around. In 3 years,
I wouldn't say that.
3 years, you should have had your identity already. At least you could have.
3 years, you should have your identity already. That's what you're saying.
I think they have. Honestly, I know a lot of people say, look, they don't have an identity. I think they do have an identity. I think they want to pass the ball.
That's a fact.
I think that's their identity. I think you want to pass the ball. Now, I think they're in an identity crisis because it's like, well, we should probably run the ball. Because as much as, Prime say, well, I
Because
don't
people
really
are
hear the
saying we should run.
critics and I don't really do this, blah, 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 blah. But it seems like that's all he talked about, once he got back from his health scare was, baby, we gonna run this ball. We
Hey,
gonna run
hey,
this doggone ball.
hey,
Like they're making a
Jr.
concerted effort. What's up,
Hey,
Ty?
Jr. So if your identity is passing, right?
Mm-hmm.
Those your words, not mine.
Yeah.
What is the first thing that you're gonna do to bring your identity to the forefront?
Get a good
What?
quarterback.
Recruit a quarterback? I mean, I think that's what
Be
they
able
did.
to be able to improve on your O line. If I've been saying it before the season ever started, if you think this O line is what it is, and you have to go to Louisiana Tech, ULM, Grambling, Southern, Prairie View to recruit, you in trouble.
Yeah,
And
I got a little pushback towards that.
What's the hardest to recruit, JR? Lead this into your answer. Isn't the line the hardest to get them big
You
guys?
can't leave that. You cannot leave him. No, let him do this on his own.
Look, I'll answer both. Look,
All
to
right.
me, it's nothing wrong with going and trying to extract some talent from lower level schools and putting it together. What I have a problem with, and what Panda was saying, what I have a problem with is the development process of it. Like Coach Prime has to seriously take the development part of it serious, right? And I think he's starting to lean towards that. Again, you put 3 coaches in there to help develop that offensive line. Now it's going to take time, right? We 2 games in. It's going to take time. But the offensive line, if you're comparing it to just Colorado standards, I'm not comparing it to any other school. I'm only comparing it to Colorado. By the standards of 2023 and 2024, the offensive line play is much more improved. Now it's not national title improved. It may not even be Big 12 improved, but it's
What is
improved
it? What
based
is it?
on their
FCS
standard.
improved?
No, it's improved for Colorado.
It's improved for Colorado, and that's enough, right? And then so look, what they did was they went and they
What
got
does Colorado
Juju.
play?
They got
but
Juju, and then with Juju, what else? What else did they recruit with Juju? They recruited 4 offensive linemen with Juju
And
to
receivers.
grow with. So that's what I'm
And the
saying.
receivers to grow.
Their identity is to pass the ball, but like I said, I think they're in an identity crisis to be like, oh well, we got to run the ball.
Hey,
You just need to play
hey,
balance. You don't need to
hey,
throw it
Jr.
50,
Let me
40
say this.
times, right?
Let me say this for a panel member that's not here tonight because he got Doge on his hip.
Wow.
So listen, Coach Prime came in, and when he was asked by his boy in the media, hey, how do you build your team? He said, I built my team from the outside in.
Mm-hmm.
And Phil was like, we in trouble because you're supposed to build your team from the trenches out, right? But Coach Prime said that he likes to get his DBs, his other people first, his skill positions first before he gets for the trenches. So if that was his mentality, but he wanted to pass, and then we take our Panda's question and we applied to that, he wasn't ready. He wasn't ready for big boy football.
that's what I'm saying, Harry. That's exactly
He
what
wasn't
I'm
ready
saying,
for big
man.
boy football. He didn't know.
Coach,
He didn't
that's
know how
not the
big boy
problem.
football went.
Coach
That's a
Prime
fact.
stayed with Jackson State to go into that bowl game. And because he made that decision, there wasn't a December recruiting coming into spring. So you all have to understand when Coach Prime got to Colorado. So if we want to be accurate in our criticism, and we it's really 2 years, right?
So hold on
Talking
one
about a
second.
full
So
recruiting year.
hold on one second. So let me ask you this, Panda. Where do you think Colorado at this point right now, when you are around about 3 months away from National Signing Day, early signing, where do you think Colorado rates in recruiting right now?
In terms of what?
They like what, 70 something?
They're
70
78.
something. Yeah,
So
70 something.
so
Something
year
like that.
three, being you were they were like 100, then they were like 90. So I'm asking you, my brother,
Mhm.
it's not confrontational. It's that where should they be as far as
78 is
national
good. That
recruiting?
means they're trending where?
They are.
They are trending what?
So you're saying 78 is good?
For Colorado. You're missing that point. You all are taking Colorado, use the metric,
God.
and it's comparing it to programs that are functioning. And
So
Okay.
what? Hey, Panda, hold on, DC. Let me ask Panda a question because he's really
Please ask
frustrated.
him, because I don't want to ask him.
Panda, what are you looking for Colorado to be at in 5 years? Are you looking for Colorado to win the Big 12? Are you looking for Colorado to possibly win a national championship? Or are you just looking for Colorado to show up on Saturday?
Look,
No,
I don't
no,
think.
How's that
no. If you're
Colorado?
being serious, any
I'm being
real
serious.
football person with football IQ really understands it will take them at least 5 years to just come out of the Big 12. This whole, I said what
Yeah,
I said, and I'm
I don't
standing on
think.
it.
Okay.
Man,
So
I don't
hold on.
think
So so
they.
so,
I
so let
don't
me
know.
just
I
say this.
can't do it.
Let me just tell you right now. Out of the Big 12,
Mhm,
right now, as of right now for 2026 recruiting,
mhm.
out of 16 teams, Colorado is 16.
Right.
Okay.
I'm
So
saying that, DC,
And this
right?
is year number 3, so you're in trouble.
It's not a
guess
matter
who?
of trouble. You all
BYU
have
is
to
number one.
understand that
Yeah,
what
because they got that quarterback. That's why they're number one.
Based on
Texas
that,
is
based on
two.
those
Baylor
numbers
is
and the
three.
trajectory,
TCU is four.
that means you need 10 years, Panda. Based on those numbers and the trajectory that you're laying out, that means he's going to need another 10 years for that.
And then you
Look,
know what else that mean,
I'll give
Harry?
him 15.
You
Go
know what
ahead.
that mean? You know what else that mean, Harry? You know what else
Go
that
ahead.
mean? That mean that
Go ahead,
same
Tom.
team, that he sat in front of and said, "I'm bringing my Louis luggage." It's gonna
Mm-hmm.
be the same team
you keep going
that
back to
he's
that,
gonna
bro.
be putting on the field on Saturdays. Mark my
You
words.
keep going back to that. That Louis luggage
nah,
is
I don't think.
gone, bro. They
I don't.
gone. They not
I don't
there
think that.
anymore.
I don't think that'd be the. I don't think that'd be the situation because the team that he's spoken to, they was 1-11. So you could
Come
tell
on,
that
man.
team.
Yeah,
You could
and
tell
Well,
that
where
team.
did
two,
Look,
they
I'm
land?
bringing in somebody to replace y'all because 1-11, like that's just not cutting it. You could say it's
oh,
coaching. You could say it's effort, whatever. But you could
so
tell that
two
to a
and
1-11 team.
so 2 and 3 wins this season after the season that you just had.
Mm-hmm.
And you can't say, well, we lost a lot of people to the NFL because you're a portal heavy recruiting team
That
anyway.
is not
So,
true. They go
so
after
hey,
the high
hold on,
school.
Panda. Hold on, Panda. Hold your mule, please. What I'm
Hold on.
saying is,
Let's give Panda his right. He's really defending Prime tonight, so let's go ahead and do him right. Come on, Panda. This is you right here because you are a Prime apologist tonight. Go ahead, Tim.
but no, I was gonna say if you solely depend on the transfer portal, they're not. I do not believe they're going to win more than 3 games this season.
Now they'll.
By the
Well,
But we're
look,
gonna
I
by the
think.
remind him later on, JR. Let him
I
finish
think.
these 3 games.
I think they'll win more than 3 games.
So you
Look,
think
the
they'll
big.
make a bowl? Do you think they'll make a
Yes,
bowl
I believe
game?
so.
Yeah,
I think they
yeah.
will.
I
Come
think they have
on.
enough to win. I think they have enough to
No.
win 6. I mean, you only need 6 games to be bowl
They
eligible.
not
So
gonna get close to 6.
I think they'll be good enough to win because believe it or not, I mean the Big 12 is not that strong. I mean, just look across the Big 12. It's not that strong. All right, so we could say a lot of that,
Wait,
but
what year you
Colorado
talking about?
is
This year? Hold on.
yeah,
Hold on.
the Big 12 not that strong. You look at Kansas State, right? Everybody thought Kansas
Wait,
State was
what?
gonna come out
We
rolling.
don't play
Kansas,
Kansas. We don't
but
play Kansas State, do we?
I'm speaking to the Big 12 at large, and yes, we
As
do
a
play
whole.
Kansas State. We play Kansas State the last game of the season, so I'm speaking to the Big 12 at large. We don't play Texas Tech this year, but everybody thought Big Kansas State was gonna come out and steamroll. They 1-2. They lost to Army this past Saturday, right? They lost to Iowa State to start the year off. Everybody
But
thought
don't do
Arizona
that. Doesn't
State
mean that
was,
you're gonna beat
but
them.
hold on, let me.
That don't mean
But
you're
what
gonna
I'm
beat them.
but what I'm saying is that there's no one dominant team in the Big 12. Give me one team where you like, man, they just gonna steamroll through everybody. There's not
Iowa
one team in the
State.
Big 12.
Utah.
Iowa State.
I'll give you Iowa State, Utah. Yeah, I'll give you Iowa State though.
Utah.
BYU.
They look well
BYU.
constructed, but you can
TCU.
look at a Big 12 game and you can
Bro,
say
we just give
week
you
to
4
week.
teams, bro.
You can look at a Big 12. You can look at a Big 12 game week to week, and you can say, Baylor beat TCU. Iowa State lost to Arizona.
Baylor.
Like you can look at
Baylor's
those
a
games
problem
and
this year.
look at that and not be surprised because there's no clear-cut dominant team. You're not looking at like what's a dominant team, like a seriously dominant team. You're not looking at
Florida State.
Florida State in the ACC.
This year, Florida State.
Oh man,
and
Florida
Oregon.
State gonna lose to Pittsburgh. You're not even thinking about that. You're thinking Florida State gonna steamroll Pittsburgh when they play them. That's what you're thinking. But you don't think that when you think about a Big 12 team. So when I look at Coach Prime again, what I'll say to Coach Prime is that this was your year to experiment. This was your year to coach without retribution. This was your year to play as many freshmen as you wanted. This was your year.
JR, you want them to hate you, JR?
No, but
hold on.
What I'm saying,
they're not asking y'all this question. They're not saying, is Coach Prime's job on the line? Why does he feel like he has to win right now? Why do I not feel like he's building? Like he feel like his job is on the line and he has to win?
Because the Big 12 is up for the taking. Again, if you look at the Big 12 up and down, you would not be shocked if Arizona wins the Big 12 this year. You're gonna be like, damn, like Arizona State won the Big 12 last year. Come on, guys. What were they? 3-9 the year before? And they won last year. And they had Scatterboo the year they went 3-9. What are we talking about here?
Hey, yo, let me tell you something about the Big 12 this year.
BYU was second in the Big 12. Guess where they finished the year last year? They finished 3-9 as well. Come on, man. And Jake Ratloff was there.
JR Boxing. I know maybe you've been watching a lot of other teams and a lot of other conferences, but the Big 12 this year, Colorado is about
was the Big 12, bro.
The Big 12 this year, bro. Baylor is balling. Utah is balling.
Baylor 1-1. So what do you mean balling? They got the same record as CU. What do you mean balling?
Look,
hey, Baylor just beat SMU that was in the playoffs.
Baylor is balling. When I say balling,
they lost to Auburn the first game. Balling would be beating Auburn and beating SMU. They lost to Auburn the first game.
But they're balling according to the Big 12. You said Big 12. Why are you not listening to your own comments?
So
you're the one making the comment.
They're 1-1 with CU. So you can say CU balling. They're 1-1. That's what I'm saying.
Listen to what I'm saying, JR. We both can't keep doing this. Listen to what I'm saying. I'm using your arguments.
Okay, but Baylor's not balling.
Listen to me. If we're comparing CU to the Big 12, right now CU look out of sorts.
You can't make that prediction already, Harry.
Let me finish. These are the teams that these are the teams that look put together. Utah, TCU, BYU, Iowa State. I don't know about Arizona, but those are the teams that look put together. Like these are the teams that you know that they're going to show up and they're going to exploit you.
So you got 5 out of 6
Do we play Kansas?
No, we don't.
No, we don't this year.
I got the schedule up. I'm just talking about our schedule.
So you just listed 4 out of 16 teams in the Big 12 to include Colorado. And you started off by saying Baylor's balling. That is factually incorrect. They're 1-1. What's balling about that?
Our schedule. I went to our schedule. I went to our schedule so that you can see the people that we play, so I can give you those numbers.
How can you make that prediction, Harry? What you are making the prediction
about the game that we have seen already.
Right. So based on the games that we have seen already, the statistics say Colorado.
No. We're not talking about statistics. I'm talking about the people.
Statistics.
It's not about statistics. When they catch you, When these people catch you, you're
are
going
the
to forget
result
about
of the
statistics.
gameplay.
my
Normally,
Lord.
with football, teams progress forward. They tend to get better as they get synced going
Hey, what are y'all
forward.
missing? Panda, what are you missing? JR, what are you missing, bro?
I'm
Okay.
not missing anything. What I'm saying is
Oh,
that I'm saying that if CU is a middle of the road team, that's okay. Like like other
But
teams,
this is
like
year
Baylor.
3.
Guess what? Baylor is a middle of the road team. Guess how long Dave Miranda been at Baylor? Dave Miranda been at Baylor for 6 years. They're still middle of the road. Big
Jay,
12 team, the one that Harry just said balling, 6-year coach, they're a middle of the road team. Haven't sniffed the Big 12 championship.
that's the point I'm
Literally.
making, JR. When
So
it
what
comes
like
to
what are we
CU,
talking about?
when it
hey,
comes to CU,
Dave
they
Miranda
want a
had
great
one good
team.
year. One good year at Baylor.
Baylor almost beat us last season.
It doesn't matter, bro.
Almost.
They didn't. They
Hold on
ended
one
the
second.
season
Almost.
Just hear me
winning.
out for a
Almost.
second.
They lost.
They
But
lost,
hold
bro.
one second. Hold on. Yes, they lost, but they took us into overtime.
Doesn't
We
matter.
had
They lost.
we had a Travis Hunter, we had a Shador, we had a Jimmy Horn Jr., we had a LeJontay Wester,
And,
we had a BJ Green. We don't
Mm-hmm.
have that this season.
and he maximized the talent with that team. They went 9-4. He
All
got
right, so
everything he could get out of that team, man.
let's just go straight to it. JR and Panda.
Mm-hmm.
What's the record prediction then?
A
The
bowl
record
game,
pre-
6 games.
the
Give
record
me the give
prediction.
yeah,
I say they go.
give it to me.
I say they go 7-5.
Harry, I
Okay.
need you to write this down.
Panda. What about you?
I say 7 and
It's
5
on
too.
tape. It's being recorded.
You sure
Yeah.
you don't want to go up?
I'm doing it like
You don't feel
like
lucky?
spades.
Why
No, I'm
not
doing like
9?
spades, 6 and a possible.
Why
Pull
not
that schedule
9?
up, Harry, for me.
Yeah.
Just go
Who's the
for it.
possible?
I say they go
Yeah,
Panda,
seven and
who's the
five.
possible?
I got
Hey,
6 and a
Panda, who's the
possible.
possible? Hold on, guys. Panda, who's the possible?
I'm gonna claim Kansas State.
Oh, okay.
K-State? You
That's
should
my
have said West
possible.
Yeah.
Virginia.
K-State not looking at that. They
Yeah.
not looking that good this
Nope.
year. They
And
not.
Jalen Hurts.
Avery Johnson been in the program 3 years. It don't look like he been developed at all. Albeit they beat CU last year, but Avery
At
Johnson
the
don't
most
look developed.
crucial,
You watch
at
Avery
the most
Johnson, he do
crucial
not look
time,
developed.
at the most crucial time in the season. So sometimes it's when you win, not if you win. Sometimes
That's
it's how
what
you
I'm
win
saying, Harry.
and when you win.
That's what I'm
I-
saying. So when we win, as it is right now, how you all are scared about CU, it doesn't dictate that level of nervousness.
Wait. What do you mean? How y'all are scared? Who's scared about CU? Who's scared?
The
What are
way
you talking
how
about? How y'all
Smith
are
talking, he said that it's 3 wins. He went down to 3 wins. Smith
Well,
went down to 3
I'm
wins.
not co-signing 3 wins.
Okay.
I thought
You
we were
never
still
gave
talking
your
about building a
number.
program. I didn't know
You
that
never
we
gave your
were.
wins. What's your win count?
I'm not giving one.
You see?
Yeah, I give him
I
I give him
don't.
give-
The
7 and
only
5.
reason why I'm not giving one is because I don't know this team. I don't know the team, and I don't trust what's going on. My eyes are deceiving me right now
You
because
said
I
that
think
last year, Harry, and they
Hey,
won
No,
9
I did
games.
not.
Delaware.
no,
Hey,
I
I
did
give
not.
Del-
Last year,
Harry, you didn't use that same phrase. Your eyes are deceiving
no,
me.
nope.
And you
I
followed
never
it up
used that
last year by
phrase.
asking what
There's
I
some
told y'all in 2 years in a row they were 8-4. They were going to go 8-4, and we did better than 8-4 in the second year.
so
And
I
I knew
look
the talent, and I was spot on. I knew exactly what the talent was.
the
But
first
there
year
was
we
other
went 4
elements the
and 8,
first year.
Harry.
What?
First year we went 4 and 8. We
Did I
wasn't
pick
8
up
and
10
4
You
the
and
telling me
first
that
year.
because I don't know, or what? What do you mean?
You just said 8 and 4.
That was the
I
I said the
previous season.
second year.
that
The
that was the
second
previous
year,
season. But I look
right?
at the team. I look at the team overall, and the reason I go 7 and 5, I go 7 and 5 just due to the fact that
Somebody's mic is doing something.
the way that the team is constructed now currently, like yeah, they got some things to fix and to sure up for sure. Like defensively, I think the scheme is okay, but they got poor tackling habits. You can look at the Delaware game and
Terrible.
notice that they gave up 300 something plus yards passing. Guess what? A lot of them passes came on short passes, broken tackles in the secondary, and the receiver was running for an additional 20 yards up the field. So they got to shore up some tackling. They shored up the physicality in the front seven. because the running game in Delaware didn't go anywhere. But then you lay the egg on the back end, not tackling the people. Delaware got 300 plus yards on screens, something that CU wanted to do, but they couldn't execute that on offense because they can't figure out what wide receiver want to block. So
I'm just
they
gonna
got
put
some
this
things
graphic
that
back up.
they got some things that they got to shore up for sure. So I think this game against Houston, this is a critical game. Houston's not a talented team by far at all. Like I don't know if you looked at their team, but they're not talented at all. At all. They got a journeyman quarterback. They got They got a running back that looked like what's his name? 44 for us. What was his name? That went to dental school. Whatever his name was.
Charlie Offerdall.
Charlie Offerdall. They running back. They best running back at the University of Houston look like Charlie Offerdall.
You don't like white men who
No,
play
I'm
football?
not. I'm not saying that. But what I'm saying is he not gonna hit his head on the goalpost. They play Stephen F. Austin and they play Rice University. If you're familiar with Texas football, you know Stephen F. Austin and Rice ain't been good ever. Them some cupcake teams.
So
They
can I say
defense
this?
is slow. They don't have any receivers that are gonna break down the field. So CU gonna have to shore up some things for sure.
Let me ask this
All right,
question before you go.
no, hold on. Let me say this. Gotta get up out of here. I gotta go. The show was supposed to end at 8:00. It's 9:31.
Yeesh.
That's not my fault.
I know. I got the score. This Florida State score up because when you catch a team that is inferior, this is how you're supposed to make a statement. You're supposed to make this type of statement. Colorado did not make no statement. They gave 300 and some yards to a team that was supposed to be inferior. So your identity is hidden. We don't know who your identity that you identify as. I don't know what you identify as. Okay, right now you're
that's misleading, Harry. We talking about the number 10 team in the country playing against Texas A&M Commerce. Come on, Harry.
So now you're using stats. So
But
now
Harry,
you're using stats.
I'm being realistic, Harry.
Oh, we talking about the number 10 team in the country. Now you're using stats.
I'll tell you this, Harry.
Do you know which Texas A&M this is?
Texas A&M Commerce.
It's Texas A&M, not the same. Not the same talent.
That is.
Pull up U of H. Pull up the University of Houston.
I can tell you about Texas.
They play Rice.
Not the same type of talent as Delaware.
No, they're not, Harry.
They're not. No, Texas A&M Commerce. They do not have the talent like Delaware. They
don't, Harry.
About the size
right here in North Texas.
About the size of my living room, Harry.
Yeah,
So can you apologize, Harry, for not knowing your information?
Not knowing what the talent.
You use a bad reference.
No, I said. This is what I said. Listen to what I said. I said when you catch an inferior team, this is how you're supposed to treat them. Is Delaware the same talent as Colorado?
So did Texas hang 77? Texas, the Longhorns, my team. Did the Longhorns hang 77 on San Jose State? That's an inferior team. Texas, full of 5-star recruits.
Yeah, but JR Boxing,
they scored 38 points.
Hey, Wild Dog got to say a word because you guys been hugging the mic. Let Wild Dog say a few words before we get up out of here.
Wild Dog was eating dinner. That's what he was doing.
No, I had a unexpected visitor, which is normal for me. So to the point, I was expecting 40-something points. To be exact, I was really hoping for 48 points against Delaware. That's just to the point, being honest, okay? So I would have taken 40 anything and have been happy. 30-something, I'm disappointed. But a win's a win, and then with everything going on, Prime being Prime, and using the game as a scrimmage, it is what it is. So it's like I have to put that whole thing in its own bubble, like totally separate from what's going on. And then the whole thing with the Big 12, it is what it is. The Big 12 was upside down last year. So all we know about the new Big 12 is that we don't know anything about the Big 12 and expect it to be upside down again this year. And if Colorado is middle of the road with our talent pool, we're rated about the same. We don't have the superstar power, but overall as a team, we're rated about the same. So that leaves us about average. and it's week 3. I've gone from us being 7-5 to 6-6.
Let's get final
Yeah, I
thoughts
mean,
in.
it's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, let's get final thoughts in.
We do not disagree with Wild Dog. The only thing I'm saying, Harry, if you are
3 and
saying
9.
that you want Prime to rebuild and to go about it the blue colorway, are you
Bro, you need 10
comfortable
years,
with
man.
3 wins? Are you comfortable? Let's just say Prime goes about textbook structural building football. Are you comfortable with taking 3 wins this year to build that way? Yes, 3.
What are they building? That's the question. What are they
I
building?
just told you the scenario, so don't try to twist it. The scenario is very plain. Going
It's not
forward,
plain to me. I don't see it. What are they building? They've had 3 years already. Are we starting over? Is that what you're saying?
Expect them to build in 3 years, Harry. That's
Are
impossible.
we starting over? Is that what you're saying?
That's literally what happens when seniors leave.
Oh, so we're gonna start over every year, and then by 5 years, then what is your expectation?
Harry, I am saying this. When you have a program that was inferior before or bottom of the grade before, they do not get the run of the pick of the 5 stars and 4 stars. What we got was the 3rd, possibly 4th. Coach Prime and his influence was able to get like 4 individual change maker
year
players.
3. What are we building?
And that is
what
the
is
point
our
I'm
identity?
making. Can I finish the point?
You're making the point, but you've had at least 15
Harry, you
seconds,
can't keep
30
telling
seconds.
us don't cut off each
Tell
other.
me something. What are they building? You can't tell me that.
Every single time I'm trying to talk, you're doing it. So are you gonna let me talk? All right, appreciate it. So introducing into the system of college football is the transfer portal. It's a new phenomenon. Imagine you as a program who knew you have a juju and you're coaching juju up.
You're telling us stuff that we already know. Get
Harry,
to the point. What
point.
is Colorado building? Get to that point.
I'm giving you the point, bro. All I'm saying today,
not.
the dynamics of football is shifting, and we are entering from a team who was bottom of the mill, and I'm saying it takes 5 years to build it the way you want to build. If you want Colorado to win now,
you're not telling me what it is we're building. This is year 3. What are we building?
And if it is year 3, this is normal. Colorado should lose. Colorado should only win 4 games this year and rebuild. That is how normal football programs work for how bad they were. Could you accept that?
I'm not hearing anything.
How bad they were, it takes them 5 years to get there. And if we notice, they have been recruiting the high schools. They just not landing them because they don't have that level. The only thing Prime could say, if you come, I need you, you're going to play now.
Yeah, I look at it as this, Harry.
They're not building nothing. They're not building nothing.
I look at it.
Let me flip the question back to you.
Just tell me what they're building.
Let me flip the question back to you.
After 3 years, what they're building.
You the helm of CU, how you build now? I'm going to flip it back to you because Coach Prime not doing it well. Me and Gerald gave you a good exit out of how we think it should go. Tell me how you build it in year 3.
It's on your screen. Wild Dog Media. It's on your screen.
Player maker identity. That's Wild Dog answer. That's a phenomenal answer. I can't even disagree with that. Tell me just how. That. Break it down. Break it down. I'm listening.
You throw away your Louis.
They're not there anymore.
You throw away your black book full of quotes. You stop preaching, and you get down. You send the media and everybody out of the locker room, and you get down to the nitty gritty of football.
You didn't tell me building. How. You're not telling me how.
What do you mean how? I'm telling you how. You get rid of the media. That's one. I'm literally telling you how.
You stop playing for clicks and views.
Right.
I'm telling you how you do it, but you're not listening. You don't want to hear it. I'm telling you how.
I don't think they're playing for clicks and views.
That's one.
I'll let you go after. Let him answer that question.
Listen, first of all, I gotta get up out of here. You start doing football. You get rid of that black book full of quotes. You stop yelling at the media when they're doing their job. All right, that's
It has
one
nothing to do
thing.
with football. Stick on the
Every
question.
coach does that. Every coach yells at the
No,
media.
no,
Yes, it does.
leave
It
him.
does.
Answer the question. You're buying time.
All right,
Answer the question.
so you to start building your identity,
Mhm.
you gotta first of all identify what your identity is. You as a coach, you have to say,
You're not
this is what
talking
I
about
want.
Prime. I'm asking you, Harry B, as the head coach of CU, walk me through
We got Prime. That's what.
No, that is not the
I was
question
doing
I
it,
asked you. I told you
if
what
I was
think
doing
Prime
it,
is
this
doing.
is how I would do
I
it.
told you
I'm
what
telling
Prime
you.
is doing. Tell me what Harry would do to fix it.
I'm telling you how I would do it. But he's
listening.
Prime, so I gotta tell you that.
No, I don't want to hear nothing about Prime. Tell me how Harry gonna
What do
fix
you
it.
mean? What do you mean?
This is what you're doing. You are scapegoating Prime. Tell me, fix it. Tell me Harry fix. I don't want you to compare it to Prime. Tell me Harry
First of
fix.
all, I will start with my trenches.
Right.
I will start with my trenches. I will go and I will get the fattest meat in the building.
Hey, pause,
how?
yo. Pause. The fattest
How?
meat,
Whatever.
you gonna get.
But okay, these
How,
are the
Harry?
elements that you
How?
gotta say. How?
It's a brilliant idea. Tell me how.
Wait, I gotta go, man. It's 9:41. I gotta get up out of here. You're not trying to listen to what I'm trying to tell you. Is the thing, because what you're saying, what you're doing is antagonizing, and I don't want to
Look,
have an
Panda.
antagonizing
That is
conversation.
not an antagonizing.
I want to have a real
Panda.
football conversation, but you're trying to
Panda,
antagonize it.
This is what Harry trying to say in so many short words.
Mhm.
Hey, build the offensive line. Now, I think that's the one thing Prime did wrong. I think he should have, even with Shador being there, I get it. Like Shador's there, and you want to start fast, win a lot of games, and go for it. But if you look at the totality, they went 13-12 at CU together. Prime and his son Shador. So to me, the first year when he took all of them sacks, 50-something sacks, you could have took them sacks with a freshman or with some sophomores, with some lower class linemen. So by the time you get now to year 3, Shador gone, insert Caden Salter or Juju or whoever, at least you got an experienced offensive line in front of them.
But
Now it's like the clock is working backwards.
Yeah, this is the problem I think we forget. You remember that the O-line came together and quit after the spring game?
No. But
I want you to
I'm
put it in
saying, man,
context. I want you to put it in
you're going to
context.
keep defending Prime, and it's not. Listen, man.
I get.
This is
I'm
how
not defending
football
Prime,
works,
bro.
bro.
I'm just reminding you what happened, bro.
I get that. I
doesn't
get that
matter,
part.
man,
I just remind you what happened, bro.
I get that. I get that
I mean,
part.
don't get upset
They
that
coulda
that is not working the way we want.
They could have, in my opinion, they could have still worked harder to obtain some freshmen, linemen, and you just have to develop them. Now, it would still hurt you. It's still a detriment to your cause because you're now on your 3rd offensive line coach. So whatever development the first coach taught them to the second coach to the third, so you got to reteach them regardless. But to me, if you ask me if I look at it full scope, I would have been like, yeah, Shador could have took them sacks with a freshman offensive line. And then you go into 2024, they sophomores, so they play a little better because your quarterback is better. So you still could have got yourself to maybe 8 wins, 9 wins, or something like that with good quarterback play, and your skill players is real good. And then now you're not leaving the cupboard
in
bare.
3 years, you got
whole
something.
offensive line.
But JR, but I'm asking him, what are we building? And you cannot identify what we're building. We're not.
They're building a passing team. They're building a passing team, Harry. They're building a passing team.
They're not building it correctly. They're not building a passing team. They're not.
They recruited 4 offensive linemen. They recruited 4 offensive linemen this past cycle that are in the program now being developed. So
the JR box, and I guess to a more specific point that I know with Harry B we discussed before, there's some missed opportunities. Like when Harry B keeps punching at the identity, I think part of that was who's the only returning starter from the offense? Jordan Seaton. Now, Jordan Seaton came from IMG. We had Cash Cleveland from IMG. Now, Cash Cleveland wasn't exactly going to be ongoing with us, but I thought the whole Princes of Movement there.
Where is Cash?
And
He went to Texas, but he's not playing.
Okay, listen. And the rumblings is that we get a pipeline. It's about relationships. We get a pipeline coming from IMG, whether they're 3 stars or 5 stars. We establish that relationship with IMG, with Jordan Seaton, and we having dudes coming out there. Why haven't we been able to retain that relationship and have good linemen, whether they're offensive line or defensive line, from IMG? Why have we lost them to other programs
I'll
when
answer
we
the question.
when we got Seaton with us? I'm just giving one example. So it's like, where's our identity? Where's our relationships going? Why have we been able to?
I'll answer that question.
Gain footing.
As far as like the pipeline from IMG, man, that sounds good to say like, oh yeah, man, establish an IMG pipeline. But then again, if you are a young recruit or you're a parent of a young recruit, what do you want to see for your child?
Exactly.
If your child dream is to go to the NFL and CU has not put a lineman in the NFL, you're gonna be like, well, we're gonna take a chance on this program. No, you're gonna go to a program that puts offensive linemen in the NFL. That sucks for CU, but that's the reality of the situation. Like that's what it is.
That's what I was saying. That's why though Cash Cleveland wasn't exactly the answer, that's why you bring along a walk-on 3-star Cash Cleveland, because you're trying to establish a relationship. You got to build somewhere, and it's not all.
I think they should have gave him a
4 stars. It's not all 4 stars and 5 stars. I'm just giving that.
I think they should have gave him a scholarship.
But wait, we did that, right?
Yes.
We did that, right? That's why we know who Cash Cleveland is. So the things that we are wanting to do in football IQ, they are doing it in small increments, right? It's not at the level we want to do it, but they're doing it in small increments. Now, I could agree that they could have done something to retain Cash, right? They could have
right. So at least you make that investment. You do what you did. Don't let it go. And then I'm not trying to harp on it again, but the SEC Defensive Player of the Year is Hodge. Why and how did we wanted Hodge? Why and how did we not do whatever we need to do to keep Hodge? Even if it meant taking care of his brother who wasn't keeping it to stuff. This is what I'm talking about, leading into this relationship thing, and then Harry B keeps punching around like, where's our identity? What are we doing? Because we're losing players, and Harry B does these "where are they now" things, and we've lost players that we had no business losing.
I would say for Colton Hood, look, as well as Colton Hood played, Colton Hood didn't start that game, right? Colton Hood got in the game because the starting cornerback got hurt in the game. So he wasn't even starting.
But that's not even my point. I'm just taking the opportunity. Well. I'm just taking the opportunity to shine light on the situation. It's like, who are we? What are we doing? Going to Harry's point.
Yeah, but we doing it. We got to be honest. Not like
there's a long list of where are they now? Where are they now? Former Buffs who have lit it up. I'm just.
No, it's not a long list.
A long list of who? You probably got like 2 or 3 people. I ain't gonna say a long list.
I'm pointing, but this is where you're having a big disagreement. I'm giving evidence of pointing here to Harry's position.
No,
this is why you
don't want to hear
you say a long hear it.
These are
dog, you say a long list, Wild Dog, but that's actually incorrect. It's not a long list.
Harry's done shows already. Maybe you haven't seen it.
There hasn't been one player. There hasn't been one player that Coach Prime cut that went to the NFL. Name one player that he cut from the team that went to the NFL.
From the 1 and 11.
Name one player.
From the 1 and 11.
I can tell you one.
Why are we talking about the 111? We're not talking about the 111. We're talking about players. We're talking about players. We're talking about players.
Savion Washington.
That Coach Prime is recruited.
The tackle, Savion Washington, the right tackle.
We're talking about players that Coach Prime has recruited, and they have moved on for one reason or another.
So that's what I'm saying. Colton Hood left CU a non-starter, went to Tennessee, not a starter. He got in virtual of somebody getting hurt. That's good for him. He maximized the opportunity.
Nico Reed. Nico Reed
is not in the NFL. What are you talking about?
you're
Nico
already
Reed is
punching
in
holes.
the NFL.
But you're already
In
punching
the
holes.
NFL where? On whose team?
Nico
Playing
Reed
for
is
who?
in
Football
the
player?
NFL.
Playing for
Doing
who?
But you're
what?
not listening. You're only
What's he
listening to
doing?
respond.
Check,
You're only
that's what I'm
listening to
saying.
respond.
Is he
Nico
on the
Reed is
roster?
in the NFL from
Is
Oregon.
he,
He's
is
in the
he on the
NFL.
roster? Is he on the
You're only
roster?
you're only
On what
listening to
team?
respond.
He
You're
made
only
a
listening to
53-man roster.
respond.
Put it up. He made a 53-man roster.
You're only listening to respond.
I'm
Coach
not
Prime
listening
at
to it.
2 years.
I'm not
Coach
listening to
Prime.
respond.
Coach
He
Thomas had
asked me a
two.
question. He asked me a question,
Coach
Wild
Thomas
Dog.
had 2
He
years to
said,
recruit, and you talk about NFL players.
He said
Coach Thomas
Nico
only had 2
Reed.
years to recruit.
He
Wild dog,
said
chill,
Why are
Nico
man.
you talking about
Reed.
NFL players, but Coach Prime only had 2 years
Calm
to
down.
recruit?
Wild dog, you're starting to yell. Stop. Calm down. Calm
He
down.
said
Yeah,
he
you're
said
listening to
Nico.
respond.
He said Nico Reed. He said
Why
Nico
are you
Reed is
talking
in
about
the
NFL
NFL.
players when it's only been 2 years of recruiting?
I'm
Make
answering the
that make
question
sense.
bruh. I'm answering the
Wild
question from
dog, calm
Harry.
down.
Did Harry not say Nico Reed is in the NFL? I'm
He in
answering
the
the question from
NFL, but he on the
Harry.
Chargers.
Wild dog.
He's
That's the
on the
question I'm
Chargers.
answering.
Los
Ask
Angeles
him.
Chargers. Let me talk now. Los Angeles Chargers, number 46, cornerback.
53,
Nico Reed.
53-man roster.
I'm showing you right now. You said show me, and I'm showing you. Los Angeles Chargers, number 46, cornerback.
So that's what I'm saying. Pull up the 53-man roster. If you pull up Shiloh Sanders, guess what it's going to say? It's still going to say Tampa Bay Buccaneers defensive back. It still will say
The
that.
dude is he's their corner. He's a cornerback for the Chargers.
That's
So
not how it
is he
works, Harry.
on the roster? Like Shiloh
Disingenuous.
Sanders is not on the roster. Nico
It's
Reed
disingenuous.
cannot be on the roster as well. That's not disingenuous.
2
I'm
years of
asking a
recruiting, and you're
question.
demanding NFL in the NFL league.
Wild dog. Respectfully,
2
I'm
years of
answering
recruiting.
Harry's question. Respectfully, Wild
Hold
dog.
on,
I'm
Wild
answering
dog. Hold on,
Harry's
Wild
That's
dog.
question.
my question then. 2 years of recruiting, you want a long list of NFL. Okay.
Wild dog,
That's
relax,
what you
bro.
said, Wild dog. You said it's a long list of players. I said name them.
You
You
went
haven't
straight to the
named the
NFL.
long
So why
list.
did you go straight to the NFL?
Okay, well,
Make
name the
that
long
make
list.
sense.
Name the
2
long
years of
list of players,
recruiting.
Harry. Because you can go to college and you can land on any team in college. That's right. You can do that. You can. If
And
you're
And be
halfway
successful.
talented,
And
if
be
you're halfway
successful.
talented, you'll
And
get
be
on a team
successful. You
and you
don't
can
have
do
an answer.
something.
You punch holes in the hood who's SEC
Who's
defensive player of the year.
successful?
And
Who's
you went straight
successful?
into, oh, he didn't start
Hey,
that
hold
game.
on, guys.
That's
Hold on.
disingenuous.
When? He
Hold up,
didn't
hold up.
start. So if that cornerback didn't get hurt, does he
Well,
guys.
that's
become a
even a better
defensive
flex.
player of the
That's even a
game?
better
All
flex.
right,
He
dog.
didn't start,
Hold up.
but he got
They say
defensive
you
player of
yelling.
the
Oh,
SEC.
y'all.
Answer
Listen,
this. Answer this,
Wild
Wild
dog, they
dog.
say you
Why
yelling in
didn't
the
he?
comments.
Why didn't he?
Listen. I gotta mute your microphone. Right now, you're not listening to each other. You're just yelling your responses. Y'all gotta calm down, man. Like we're trying to be cordial here. We can't just keep yelling at each other. The people that are listening, they cannot hear us when y'all are just yelling at each other and y'all talking at the same time. They're not gonna hear y'all. So I'm gonna unmute your mic and y'all gotta do it better. We can't keep yelling at each other. Y'all make your point, but you
Respectfully.
can't keep yelling.
Finish your point,
Respectfully.
JR.
All
Respectfully.
right. JR Boxing, you go first, and then Wild Dog will have his point.
Respectfully. So, Wild dog, I'll address your question because I was addressing Harry's question, but I'll address your question, Wild dog. You said, well, why are you going to the NFL? I said that because Harry said that players are in the NFL from Coach Prime's previous roster. And I said, who? And so he brought up Nico Reed. Now, Wild Dog, to your question, as far as college players, they should go on and be successful or have some form of success. If they're a halfway decent player, they should. But I would ask you, Wild Dog, and I'm not moving the goalposts, but if Colton Hood, as great as a week that he had, he didn't start the game. So my question to you, Wild Dog, if he went to Tennessee and he is not starting, then is that successful? Because he only got in the game because the other person got hurt. So would you consider that successful? Not saying what he did on the field after. What I'm saying is he left the program where he was pretty much going to be the starter. He left for whatever reason. He went to Tennessee to not start. Hill Green left Colorado to go to Alabama to not start. So, what do you consider successful?
And include the guy who went to Texas Tech too. He not starting.
Texas Tech. He left, and he's not starting at Texas Tech.
McCaskill left and went to Kennesaw. He went down.
I'll give you the most successful person from the program that was with CU. That was the running back the first year. He at Oregon State. He doing his thing. I'll give you that. Richardson, wasn't that his name? Richardson? He left Colorado where he didn't get no carries, no touches, barely any. Got to Oregon, he getting all the carries his stomach can handle. And he'll probably be a late round draft pick. So I'll give you that. But everybody else, Savion Washington left the same year, went to Syracuse. What did he do at
All right,
Syracuse?
we gotta keep it 30 seconds. You can't talk forever, my guy.
No, I'm just saying. I'm giving him names so he can research
but you
and do
gotta
whatever you want to do with
do it in 30 seconds so you're not talking forever so somebody else can get in there. So do it in 30-second bursts.
Respectfully.
Wild Dog, go.
Again, I've already been through this list and covered it with Harry B. For good, better, or bad, or whatever. Again, my only effort, to Harry B's point, to shed some light for everyone, Harry B's point is, what is CU's identity? It's everywhere you just named, and I'm done.
And yes,
great way to not answer the question. But thanks, Waldo.
Nico Reed made the Los Angeles initial.
I was going straight to my point. You're dancing all over the place. I went straight to my point, which would give better reflection or a different angle on Harry's point.
Cool.
You can disagree with Harry B, but all I was doing was not making a position to point myself, but coming in behind Harry B's point, which is what I do. I'm known to do that. So there's nothing on me. There's nothing on me or for me.
Not knowing to answer questions. Got it. I got it, man. That's cool.
So back to the point we're trying to make when Harry B was.
I hope you put 2 and 2 together.
And all I do is listen, and I don't care at this point. I don't care. So, Harry B asked the question.
Thank you for providing evidence, Harry. Thank you for providing evidence, Harry.
Where is CU's identity? Everywhere you just named.
Harry
everybody you just dog.
Nico Reed made the 53-man roster. Thank you, Harry. That's
CU's identity. CU's identity is that other college football teams. CU's identity is in the NFL. Everywhere else but CU.
That's how you answer a question, Harry. Thank you for providing the context behind it. Thank you, Harry.
But listen, this is what Wild Dog is trying to piggyback on. I wanna make sure that we understand it, because before I get up out of here, I want you to understand when I'm asking what is CU building, the answers I'm looking for, it has to be based in the idea of what's lasting, what are players going to gravitate to. It has to be something more than that fading yellow jacket. It got to be more than that, because that'll entice them. But right now, it ain't working. Like I'm trying to tell you, like something has to be, like you got to be able to identify. It's like, oh, okay, we got the. I'll keep ask a question. I haven't even finished what I'm saying, but go ahead.
I mean, it's the same identity thing you was going to regurgitate. My question is, when you come to identity, in the rest of the Big 12, who put out the most players in NFL in this past draft?
So you're gonna change what I again? Let me.
Identity is.
I'm gonna.
Colorado.
This is why I was doing what I was doing. This is why I was doing what I was doing. You're not gonna overtalk me. Stop. This is what I was doing. This is why I was going in this direction to maybe fill in what I mean by identity. Okay? This is not about stats. It's not about this, and it's not about that. I'm trying to let you know that your identity, it has to be something where the players that want to come here are going to be able to buy into. If you can pinpoint to me what players are going to buy into when it comes to Colorado after 3 years, this is where we are now. Year number 1, we start establishing that. Year number 2, we lean a little bit more into that. Year number 3, now we're like trying to polish that. You see what I'm saying? That's what we're trying to do now. Now we're trying to polish. We establish our identity, and then now we polish it in year number 3. Year number 4 and 5, this is when we start putting wins together, W's together. In year number 4 and number 5. That's that whole thing of that takes 5 years. You're not trying to, you can't keep re-upping and saying you're building your identity. Your identity starts when you enter the building. So they don't have one, and nobody can really pinpoint what anything is. They can't put their finger on it. So that means that it hasn't been established. Right now, we're just kind of like trying things. We're throwing things at the wall and seeing anything will stick. We try our 3 quarterbacks and we say, "Oh, which one is going to give me the best thing right now?" We don't know who we are. We have no idea what's going on with Colorado football. We're just trying things, and then eventually, 5 years is going to be up, and we're still going to be asking the question, "Well, what the heck is Colorado football?" We ain't going to have no answers to that. That's why players are not coming.
They want to be a passing team, but it seems like they're in an identity crisis. Like they want to be a passing team. You don't recruit a 5-star quarterback to just hand the ball off. You don't do that. So you want to be a passing team. Now, whether you want to say a hard-nosed passing team or a run and shoot passing team or whatever. So they want to be a passing team. Now, I don't understand the identity crisis of all of a sudden, like, well, we got to be balanced this year. Maybe you want to be balanced because, yeah, you brought in Caden Salter, and you know, like, the ceiling on his passing is 60%.
54.
So how, or 64. So, you know, so where 54, so how successful will you be with 64% passing if you want to be a passing team? But they want to be a passing team. They recruited the lineman, they recruited the 5-star receiver, and then they went after 3 receivers to bring in. One of them just transferred out. He went to UNC. But they brought in 3 receivers with the 5-star quarterback and the 4 linemen. So they want to pass the ball. Now the other stuff defensively, yeah, he gotta get after that. Like you gotta have more defensive people in the pipeline. Like you gotta fix that up. But I would say the essence, if I were to take a guess, I would say the essence of the identity of that team is they want to be a passing team.
Right. So what you're saying is they don't have an identity.
No, you're not accepting the answer, Harry. He gave you why it is.
They want to be.
But Harry,
I'm just going based off of recruiting.
They want to be.
I'm going based off of
Harry.
I know you're a Dion apologist, but I don't know if you're really accepting how teams built. And you brought up this conversation. You're the one that brought this up, and I've been leaning into that.
You don't agree with the answer doesn't mean that.
No, but the essence of what you wanted to get at when we're talking about building a team, right? When we're talking about building, when people look at you, they need to know what this is.
But Harry,
what do they say? Harry,
explain it, bro.
Harry, my question, Harry,
it's not their identity.
Harry, my question is, what is Texas Tech then? Harry, what is Texas Tech? What is Texas Tech identity?
I don't follow Texas Tech football. I follow Colorado football.
What's Ohio State's identity?
Ohio State will knock your head off.
What's Alabama? Let's use Alabama.
So you know, every time you play Ohio State, they're gonna knock your head off.
So if you look at a team, you can for the most part tell their identity. And so that's what I'm bringing to you. That's why I said y'all putting a lot of stake in the Big 12. What's the Big 12's identity? What's Kansas State's identity?
We're not talking about conference identity. We're not talking about conference identity.
But I'm saying these are the teams.
Identity.
These are the teams that they compete against, Harry. They compete against these teams in the Big 12.
Forget about the
Colorado is not the only team without an identity. Texas
Listen,
Tech, they don't have an
we're
identity.
talking about Deion Sanders and his Colorado Buffaloes. We don't care about everybody, the whole world.
Well,
We're not worried about
We
the
care.
whole world.
We care about the
Harry.
Big
You just don't
12.
want the
We
answer.
care about the Big 12
No,
conference,
we
Harry.
don't care about the Big 12. We care about Deion
Yes.
Sanders.
You can't win the Big 12 conference without knowing the identity of the other teams, Harry. You
We're
can't
not
win the Big
worried
12.
about Coach Prime. We're not worried about Coach Prime's opponents. We're worried about him. We're talking
Well,
about
you're
him.
not. You're not worried. You're not worried about the opponent.
identity based on your conference.
Yeah, you're
Everyone
not worried
says-
about the opponents, but you have
Listen
to
to this.
recruit to beat your conference first, Harry. That's where you got to recruit first.
When I got here, when I got in this space, JR Boxing, and I started doing my dig dive and I started looking at teams, I looked at the Utah Utes and I said, oh Lord, they are a tough team. I said, this team, when they play, they play with the type of eager and venom and the aggressiveness. I can tell that this team is going to beat Colorado, the Utah Utes.
And how did you come to that conclusion, Harry? With Utah? You did what with Utah? What did you do? You studied that team, right?
I started watching some of their highlights and stuff like that to try to figure out who they were, because I didn't really know too much about a lot of the teams.
So you studied that team.
You studied the
conference.
conference.
I started studying a lot of the teams, and when I started looking at them and their players, one thing that was very glaring is that they're disciplined. They're very disciplined.
So you got there from you just explained to me you got there from studying that team.
And then I went to their coaching and I realized that their coaches are disciplined football coaches. And they built from the inside out. Right? So that's what I saw. I saw a lot of toughness, but the coaching, there was a premium that was put on culture, like football culture. Right? When I'm looking at Colorado, I'm not seeing football culture. I don't see football culture.
Wait, Gerald, let me ask this question, Gerald.
Go ahead.
Do you follow the recruiting process?
I don't see football culture.
At some point.
Wait.
I don't follow football. I don't see football culture with Colorado.
Harry, you used to follow it. He used to follow it. You don't follow it no more. He used to.
Football culture with Colorado.
I asked you a specific question. Do you follow the recruiting of Colorado?
I don't see football culture with Colorado.
Harry, you used to follow the entire Big 12. That's why when I asked you about Texas Tech,
I still do.
And so I asked you about a team that's in the conference, and you said, "Well, I don't really follow that team." Harry, I've seen you do breakdown on all of the teams in the Big 12 to understand.
No, but you were asking me questions that I know Colorado because I watched the game and I pay attention. The other teams this year, we only 2 games into this year. This is the year that I'm taking the time to watch all of the games.
What about
Keep in mind that Texas Tech, I told everybody that
Harry,
Texas
you
Tech,
never broke down other teams play,
told
Harry?
everybody that Texas Tech was going to be a problem this year. Was I right or was I wrong?
And why are they a problem this year? Why?
No, I'm just asking. I want you to, was
Okay,
I
you
right
said
or was
it.
I wrong?
You
I told them way back when everybody was
a problem. But why? You said it, but why?
They spend a lot of money to make sure that their roster got boosted.
So what's their culture? What's the essence? What's the identity of the team? They spent a lot of money.
Tell you about their identity. I would have had to be a fan of them before this year when I started looking at all of the Big 12 teams.
Asking you about
I would have had to look at their team as a fan and understand their games and what.
Wait, Gerald. Let me finish this.
You can tell me about the identity of Ohio State, but you don't follow Ohio State.
Wait, Gerald.
I didn't tell you about the identity of the Ohio State. I told you some of
Wait,
Gerald. You said they're a physical team. They'll knock your head off.
JR,
that doesn't have to be their identity. I'm just saying some things that I noticed about them. I didn't say that was their identity.
Okay, Harry. Let me ask you this question, Harry. Since you know or you have some kind of idea of the capabilities of a team that have the potential to beat us in our conference? Have you paid attention to the recruitment of Colorado? What were they addressing in the offseason?
Colorado does not look like a football. They don't have
And
football.
I've asked you a specific
That's
question
the
about
answer.
recruiting.
That is the answer. That is the
So
answer.
you don't know the
that I'm giving
answer,
you.
and you don't know what they were recruiting. So
That is
you are
the answer that
making
gets you.
assumptions about the team
Colorado
that
does
you
not have
follow.
football
Can I finish your
culture.
point, Harry? Would you allow
But you
me to
just
finish?
keep repeating the same thing.
I'm not
Colorado does
repeating
not have a
myself. You
football
see, this is the
culture.
thing. You all do this thing where y'all say we
Don't
talking
say
against
y'all.
each other, and the
Address
moment
Harry.
you don't
Don't
agree
say
with your
y'all.
point,
No,
you
just
start
give
talking
me
over
all
me.
the heat. I want the heat.
So
I want the smoke.
I have not.
Colorado does not have
I'll
a
answer it.
football
I'll
culture.
answer it. I'll answer it.
No,
I have
no,
not
If
no,
you
said
no,
that.
don't worry. I want all the smoke.
if you
Address me.
can't
Don't say y'all.
if you can't run and if you can't stop the run, you lacking in football culture.
That is not
If
the
you
question
can't
I asked.
run,
I don't know what
if
Wild Dog
you
responded
can't
to.
run,
I don't
and if
know
you
what Wild
can't
Dog.
stop the run, that's an issue.
I don't know what
That's
you're
a big
responding to because
I
that
would,
was
I
not
I'm
the
would,
telling you
question.
the
I would
answer to
agree.
your question
Since
is
the
Colorado
creation
does
of
not have
football,
a football
since the
culture.
creation of football, day one, that's fundamentals.
I
Period.
would agree. They're not a tough team. I would agree. So if they want to
They don't
establish an
have a
identity of
football
toughness, they need to do
culture.
better. I would say they
Colorado
have a
does not have
culture.
a football culture.
They have a
The
culture.
culture of Colorado
They
is
don't have
They
a
throwing the
have a
toughness.
ball.
culture. I agree with you, JR Boxing. They do have a culture, but it's not a football culture.
What do you mean it's not a football culture?
They don't have a football culture.
Yeah, culture can be established in traditions. Culture can be established in so many things. So
They don't have it yet, but we're
CU
3
has a
years
culture
in.
with
What,
Coach
what is
Prime. They
what,
don't
what is
have an
Colorado's
identity.
football culture?
They're not. They don't have
What is Colorado's football
toughness.
culture?
Passing the ball.
Yeah,
What is
that's
Colorado's football culture?
Passing the ball. They are pass-heavy
Okay,
football
I'm
team.
asking
pass
JR.
heavy
I heard
team.
you. I heard you.
Yeah,
Huh?
pass heavy team. Over the last 2 years,
Sports,
they're pass heavy team.
sports entertainment, and we lean more heavily on the entertainment side. And it is what it is. It
It
is what
is
it
what
is.
it is. Yeah,
It's
even if you
sports
want to go with that,
entertainment.
it
It's
is
sports
what it is.
entertainment, and all the purists will say y'all ain't really looking like no real football team, and y'all don't
Thank
have
you.
real football to talk about. Well, we gonna
Thank you.
talk about making the billions of dollars. We have more to talk about on the entertainment side. We're gonna talk about what we've got. If we're a team that's based on more skill players and opportunists, well, then we're playmakers.
Because
How
you
we
could go
get
to
by? How
you
we
could go
get
to a
by
lot of
wins?
things.
You
And
can
that's
whip us
how
up
the
and down.
recruits.
You could go to a lot of things. You could say that they produced the highest GPA in 20 years there.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So you
can
can
be
lean to a lot of
Delaware.
things.
You can be Delaware and have a better offense and defense than us, but we still end up beating you. You can be Baylor last year and whip us up and down the field, but you had to take us to overtime, but we beat you. Because what do we have? What can we have been able to rely on? Playmakers. Playmakers being able to make plays at the right time just to get it done. Just enough.
And guess what? And you know what happens when your culture is established and the players know? You know what happens? They uphold it. They yell at each other. When DeBoer is going through what he's going through, the players, you know what they're going to say? We're going to handle this. This is Alabama football. We're going to address this. And the players, they actually they know the culture, so they know how to handle this.
Now, I would say you flipping culture and identity as two different things.
Exactly.
So, because for
I'm
Kalen,
not
for
flipping
for
culture
for
and
Kalen,
identity. I'm not.
because look, Alabama has a culture of whatever you could say, professionalism and toughness and a no quit attitude, but that may not be Kalen DeBoer's culture, as you can see by the play on the field. Nick
If
Saban
they didn't,
ruled with an
if
iron.
Alabama did not know that Kalen DeBoer can uphold that culture, they would have never hired him.
They knew Kalen DeBoer could coach and win games.
Could win games.
But
They know he was a winner.
but culture
I don't know
is
that. Where is
That's
DC and Phil? Because
I mean,
you're
that's what they
telling me
are, though.
that you're
But
telling me
Harry,
that
that's
that
your opinion, bro.
hold on, guys, hold on. Let's be very careful how we tread on this, because a lot of the blue bloods, they know that their culture is what carries their program, and they're not going to bring anybody in that's not going to uphold that culture. So you're telling
Harry.
me now that we're just going to get a coach that can win, that does not care about culture?
All right, let
Culture,
me answer that.
Harry,
JR, wait.
Harry,
JR, wait.
Culture
Wait,
can move.
JR,
Culture can move with a coach.
JR, let me
Culture
answer
can
that
move
real
with a
quick.
coach.
Let me
If
answer
it's
that real
if
quick,
your
JR.
culture is moving,
You
JR,
can see
then
it.
that means
You
that
can
it's
see.
not established yet.
JR,
If you're
You can
moving
see
your
it.
culture, you're not
JR,
established yet.
You can see.
JR,
You can see
listen,
it
bro.
with. You can see it with
JR.
Kalen DeBoer.
JR.
Nick Saban left, hard-nosed team, blah, 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 whatever. That was Nick Saban's
And
culture.
it's difficult to have this
Bruh.
conversation.
Kalen
All I'm
DeBoer's
literally
culture
saying,
is
wait,
different.
I've
They
been
even
waiting.
said when he
Actually,
came in and
Everybody
played music, they was like, Nick Saban never played music at practice. Kalen
Listen, I'm
actually,
DeBoer
telling you,
did.
if the
culture is
culture
so
is
deep
established,
rooted. It wasn't Nick Saban's culture. It was Bear Bryant's culture.
Okay, on what Bear Bryant's culture. But guess what? Who don't fit that culture? Kalen DeBoer.
well, hold on,
There
And the
you
right?
go.
So
Yeah.
fans
that's
know
what
it.
I'm saying.
He don't
So
fit it.
we understand that that Bear Bryant established the culture, right? Nick Saban came and made sure that culture was in place, and he won a lot
He
of
didn't
games.
win right away. Did Nick Saban win when he first went?
Yeah, he didn't win right away here.
Come on,
He,
man.
I
You
did
gotta
not
he
say
already
he
won.
won right
I'm
away.
good.
I
already
didn't say
won.
that. I was trying to say something, but you didn't allow me to say it. I was trying to
Harry,
say
you
something.
did not know that.
I was trying to say something. I made a video about this. I did. I made a video about all the coaches when I got here. So don't play yourself. Okay? I was trying to say something, and like you always do, you just jumped it.
So
So
I'm
listen
out,
to what I'm
bro.
trying to tell
I'm the
you.
fault. I'm the reason. It's my bad.
But I'm trying to
My
say
fault.
something, and then as soon as I open my mouth, you jumped it. You can't just jump it and then tell me that I didn't know it. Because you jumped it. I didn't even say the words. Bear Bryant established the culture. Nick Saban comes in, inherits the culture. Make sure that the culture stays intact, right? It's just like the New York Yankees. If you come into the New York Yankees culture, whether you are a coach coming from a different place, you got to uphold that culture. This is what they have established to be their culture.
I
You
don't
gotta
really
cut
buy
your
into
hair.
that.
You gotta
I
cut your
don't
hair
really.
at a low place. You gotta do X, Y, and Z with the New York Yankees. You're not gonna change that. I don't care what coach you are.
I don't really
So Nick Saban
buy.
came in, upheld
I don't really buy
Bear
into that.
Bryant's culture.
I don't really buy into that because you can say Bear Bryant established the culture. So what happened all those years in between? Did the other coaches not uphold that culture? Because that's a large gap in between Bear Bryant and Nick Saban. You got about 5 other, 6 other, 7 other coaches in between that. And Alabama they wasn't running down on national championships after Bear Bryant. So let's be for real, Harry. So that's what I
So I'm
said. Like
saying,
culture moves. See, you had a culture with that coach that they won a championship with in 1990. But guess what, Harry? That coach left and they tried to replace it or they tried to bring in another coach. And guess what? They suffered for 20 years. So
listen,
as far as like culture,
you
when you say culture can shift, culture can move, culture can waver. Athletic directors change, all of these things change. That changes the essence of a program. Nick Saban came in and he redefined and reestablished because Nick Saban had a identity that he stuck to. And he said, Alabama's gonna get on my page. This is a culture that I established. This is my identity. And you can see Alabama suffering
so
from it right now. Alabama
so
left.
so
I
you're
mean, Nick
telling me
Saban
that
left
the
something
Bear
in
Bryant
place.
culture. So you're saying that Nick Saban did not keep part of Bear Bryant's culture that he developed at Alabama?
No, he didn't.
None
What
of it.
was that? When Nick Saban got to Alabama, how many coaches were in between Bear Bryant and Nick Saban? If I were to take a guess, I'm gonna say somewhere between 7 and 10. There's no culture there. There was a lot of losing for Alabama. So they had
But
a
what's that?
losing
But
culture.
what's that got to do with any number of those coaches being a fit?
That's what I
The,
just
the, diff-
said.
the, diff-
I
the
said,
difference with
I said you.
CU is that it had been so long. Is the culture had died, the identity and
I,
the
I
identity
literally
of the
just
loss
said
had
that.
died.
I
So,
literally said that they had a culture
so
in 1990, and then after 1990, after that coach
it
retired in
died.
92 or whatever, it's gone. It left that culture left with the coach because the next person you got to bring in, if they don't uphold whatever that last person set in, because that may not fit with their moral compass. They
Yeah,
may be a totally different person.
because
And so
even
they're
when
trying to reestablish a culture and an identity. That's what Nick Saban was good at.
because
He
even
reestablished a culture and an identity for Alabama. So
because
everybody
even
like,
because even in the early 2000s when CU had better players and even won the Big 12, the culture was still lost.
yeah. So that's what I'm saying. Like Harry, you trying to make the parallel between Bear Bryant and Nick Saban. I'm like, that could be a stretch, bro. I can see where you're going, but that could be a stretch, man.
No, I made the
All right.
statement because I'm
So
knowing
watch
what I
this.
know, but I'm not trying to go deep into that with you. But I know what I know, and the
Watch
Alabama
this.
that I know, Nick Saban didn't inherit a blank slate.
So hold up. Watch this. Here it goes. Because we can just lean into it. Culture is the shared beliefs, customs, and traditions of a group, while identity is a person's individual sense of self. I'm going to say it again. Culture is the
Which
shared belief.
read the rest, which is shaped by culture and other personal factors. Does that not define Nick Saban? The last part
Listen.
of that, does that not define Nick
Listen.
Saban?
Just we're going to slow walk this. We're going to slow walk it. All right, we're gonna slow walk it because what you're trying to do is we're gonna start throwing records around. I'm just trying to say let's identify what this thing is. Culture is the shared beliefs, customs, and traditions of a group. Right? That's what culture is. Correct?
Yeah, that's why I
So
said every school has a
okay, so
culture.
if that's the culture, is the shared beliefs, right? What when you go to a program. When you're going to Alabama or you no matter what coach it is, whether it's Nick Saban or is DeBoer or another coach, if they fire him, he comes in. We believe in winning here. These are the things that we have done. From whatever time where they said, okay, these are our customs or these are our traditions. This is like we do these type of things as Alabama football. We do X, Y, and Z as a team. We believe this. We believe these are our set of beliefs. That will be your culture, right? That could have been established over time from the different coaches and the different things that were done while those coaches were there. So it's not just one person can come in and just say, okay, I'm bringing my set of culture, or this other person comes in and say, okay, I'm bringing my set of culture. The cultures could have been established over time, and then what happens is the university says we're going to bring somebody in who fits our culture. That's what usually happens. We're going to bring somebody in who fits the Alabama culture or who fits the Georgia culture, right? Now, your identity, on the other hand, right? Your identity is a person's individual sense of self, which is shaped by culture and other personal factors. Let's slow walk it, because when we're all yelling and we're going back and forth, we're missing the points. You're telling me I don't know what culture is. I'm talking about identity. If the culture is already established, you're not just going to bring anybody into that culture to just come and do whatever they're going to do. DC, welcome back, brother. All right. So
What's up?
all right. So when you're talking about identity, right? What I believe is a coach is brought in to maintain the culture, but he is welcome to create his own identity of play, how they're going to play. So that's the point where y'all want to flex and tell me I don't know what I'm talking about. Culture is something it's already a system that we have here. These are our customs. All right, you're not going to come up in here and bring hip hop music because Colorado has a culture, right? Whatever. But you can change the identity of play. You can identify yourself differently.
Harry, here's the thing I want to say. I'm saying this with love. I get what you're saying. I get everything that you're saying. But here's the thing. The stuff y'all are accepting, even though it's year 3, I understand that. But the stuff you're willing to accept are things that's not gonna get you to the standard that you want to get to. There ain't no way around it. You can call it blue blood, whatever it is. It's not going to happen. You gotta have love for Prime. I understand that. But if you'll notice, like a lot of those SEC and Big Ten programs, they was ready to fire Ryan Day for you losing to Michigan. And that would be the only game he would lose. That's all I'm came on back here to say is that I get what you're saying. And I understand rebuilding and all that, but I am gonna sit here and say over 40-something years of watching football, the way this is done, I've seen too many programs that come in and they do great, and then they're flash because they don't have the culture and the identity. So I'm not a Colorado fan, I'm a Bama fan, but I'm a Colorado community supporter. You can do what you want to do. But I am sitting up here telling you right now, it's the stuff y'all have to start pushing on Prime to say, we ain't trying to get out here and juggle no 3 QBs in front of the world to see. We're not trying to sit here and watch Delaware basically get almost 400 yards of offense and Georgia Tech run the ball, was at the midway of the ACC, run the ball down our throat. No, we want to have playmakers, but we want to have physical ball. Think about this. Alabama had playmakers, Devontae Smith, that kind of stuff, but they have physical people. You see what Derrick Henry is doing. You can have that, but y'all have to demand it. But if the
My
fans don't demand it, you're
my
not going to have
pushback,
it.
my pushback to you, DC, when you saying like the 3 quarterback thing, did Nick Saban not do the same thing? Did he not? Did he not do that with
He did
what's
it
his
one
name?
game against USF. He did it
And
one
so
game.
and
And
so
then
so Prime one game into it, and it's the worst thing ever. So that's what I'm saying. Like we pick and choose. Now I know Nick Saban got the record to do whatever he
come
want to do,
on,
right?
bro.
No,
You
I'm just
can't
I'm just
take you
saying.
can't
I'm
take
I
that
didn't,
one snapshot and
I
no
didn't
and
call
listen.
it. I didn't call it the
It's
worst thing ever. I just accepted it as a scrimmage.
well, Wild Dog, I didn't say you did, but I'm saying what DC saying you can't come out here and do the 3 QB carousel. Well, Nick Saban did it.
but guess what?
Well,
And we was
well,
on his head. We were on
Okay,
his head. We
and
was
that and that's
calling
what and
we
that's
were,
what people are doing now to Coach Prime. They
y'all
on his
are not
head.
y'all
and
not
look,
on
and
his
then
head. You still sitting up here
yeah,
making excuses saying, where's the play caller? Where's this? Where's that? Well, he ain't had this or he ain't had that versus saying to your
but
point.
also, but also,
Go ahead.
but also to DC's point, as a long Alabama fan, right? Saban already came as a winner.
Harry, I think somebody's
Saban,
spamming your
Saban,
chat, bro.
Saban, Saban could have
Yeah, I know. I
stayed
see it.
at LSU. Why did
Yeah,
Saban
Saban definitely could have
choose
stayed at LSU.
Alabama? Because Alabama was as much Saban as Saban was Alabama. Well, it's like, damn, this is better than where I'm coming from. Because I've been maybe Saban been hitting his head against the wall trying to get certain things done. He goes to interview at Alabama. It's like, well, dang, what I'm trying to accomplish, y'all done already had established. This feels like more like home than where I just
Well,
won from.
he left, went to the NFL, lost, and then came back to Alabama. So he was
You
at
know,
LSU, got offered the NFL job, didn't pan out in the NFL, came back, and then went to Alabama. So, but
right?
I get what
But
you're trying to say.
I'm just trying to keep it. I'm just trying to keep it simple there. And then part of the thing with Rick George reaching out to Coach Prime and Coach Prime praying on saying, "Hey, but this is an opportunity for me. Yeah, this is a Power 5 school. Yeah, they won the Natty, but their culture has been totally like blanked out. You know what I'm saying? I could come and reestablish a culture that I feel needs to be established
Yeah, I
and
think
bringing
Prime
my
got.
and bringing
You
and
I'm
bringing my
telling
identity
you establish
and
your
bringing my
identity. You're
bringing
not
You're,
my
really
identity
establishing your culture.
and establish a new winning culture.
yeah,
This
Prime.
person, this identity, establishing a new winning culture, and then, like I said, your offense can have a separate identity from your defense,
Yeah,
and
Prime
then
got a blank slate.
your special teams could have a whole different separate identity from your
Yeah,
offense and defense.
he got
And you
Prime.
can, and,
Prime had the perfect opportunity. He got a blank slate. Now,
Hey, that's where we're going at. That's where we're going at.
Whether he fumbled that blank slate or not, I mean, I'm leaning more
Of course,
towards
he
the
fumbled it. He
what are
fumbled
you
it.
doing? But
That's the debate, bro.
It's not a finished product yet. You know.
Yeah,
So
that's the debate. That's why we having a heated debate because
Yeah.
that's what it's
Right,
about.
and that's where we at. That's where I'm at right now. I said after 3 years, right? This is the third year. When your first year, you want to establish these things. The second year, you want to start like putting spit shining it. The third year, you want to start winning, right? So we didn't expect Prime to win first year, second year, but we want to know. We want to see the I guess the mold that he's building. Like you start with the clay or whatever. We want to start seeing the shape of it because
I think he was in
after 4 and 5, in 4 and 5, when you're supposed to start enjoying the hurt and the pain that we went through to put it all together, but we're in 3 and we don't see any shape. We still see mud over here. Mud it's like he has his hands. He's still wearing gloves, but you gotta take the gloves off so that you can start molding the thing with your regular hand. We don't know what he's building. So we're in 3 years, but people keep saying it takes 5 years. But you said
I see
5
where
years.
you're going. I see where you're going. Look, I'm not a 5-year build of a program type guy. This college football is completely different now. So I'm not into that whole 5 years build a program. They want you to turn
I was
around
back
as
in the
quickly
day,
as
but I was just trying to keep
yeah.
that. I was trying to keep
Yeah,
that
they-
whole train of
they-
thought. Because if you're
they want
saying
you to-
5 years,
Yeah,
then
they
where
want you to get
in year
a
3?
program. They want you to get a program as quickly as possible. Because if you look at
Yeah.
Arizona State, with Kenny Dillingham. Him and Coach
Right.
Prime started coaching at the same time. The first year was bad. Kenny Dillingham win the Big 12. The next year, he get a coaching contract extension. They're not waiting for you to retool a 5-year program. Nobody in college football is waiting for that anymore.
No.
So,
And I feel like traditionally it's 3 years for a coach to establish a program, but at the same time, your talent pool might adjust while you're in the middle of doing that.
Yeah. So for me, I look at Coach Prime. Look, he came with winning players already, albeit from a lower level, but he came from a lower level of winning, and he brought more specifically 2 players with him that helped him achieve those wins. And so now it's like, all right, from a coaching standpoint, I can understand the dilemma. Look, do I just start from scratch and just build it from scratch right now and go through the dog days with Shador and all of that stuff and try to figure it out from there? Yeah. Or do I try to piece together something real fast and just try to win as much as possible before that core group of players is gone? I think he went with the second option. Let's piece it together real quick and let's just win.
So look, at the rate that he's going, they're going to have to reset every year. This is the bigger point, the bigger picture I've been trying to paint all night.
They won't have to reset.
They have to keep resetting every year. But if
you won't have to
look.
Hold on, Harry. They won't have to reset every year because you got your get out of jail card free. You got a 17-year-old 5-star freshman at quarterback. Guess what? If you put him out there next year, guess what that 5-star freshman gonna have? He gonna have growing pains. He gonna be your Dylan Raiola. He gonna be highly recruited, but he gonna make some mistakes throughout the year. That's your growing pain season next year.
Stop right there. Because we're about to end the show. Stop right there. I'm gonna slow walk this for you. Let's paint this picture. This is the Mona Lisa. We start with Juju. If we're doing this the right way, let's start with Juju.
Mm-hmm.
Win, lose, or draw. We started with Juju, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Where do we go from there?
You keep building. What do you mean? Where do you go from there?
But that's what I'm saying.
You recruit more.
In JR's defense, I would say we started with Seton, then we got Welch.
No, but
and then we got
Seton is a senior. You can't build with a senior.
What senior?
Like,
what are you talking about?
It's like the Browns. It's like the
Seton.
Browns.
No, I'm saying the build. The build started with Seton, then Welch, and then Juju. So in JR's defense, that's what I see on that side of it.
I can roll with you on that.
So look. So peep game. This is what we're supposed to do. If we're building from the inside out, we're not jumping from room to room, right? We start with Seton, and then we start asking Seton to bring his boys.
Yeah, we got to have a new lineman every year, dog.
We need to have that line. We need to start with that line being as strong as possible. But this is the third year now.
We got to break bread on the lineman every year, dog.
All we got is Seton, right? This is year number 3, and all we got is Seton. And
Well,
we're
they got
building
4
from the inside
freshmen.
out.
They got 4 freshmen with Juju Lewis. 4 freshmen
Yeah.
O-linemen with Juju Lewis.
Yeah.
Carday Smith, Chauncey Gardner. I forget the other 2, but you got 2 other freshmen to go along with Juju.
But understand why we chewing our nails, because there's a gap in there. That's all. We chewing our nails, bro.
Yeah, that's why I said however Coach Prime looking at it, he's gonna have a throwaway year, because once you decide to walk Juju out there as your starting quarterback, you can't walk it back. Unless he get hurt or he just played really, really bad.
I thought your first and your second years are supposed to be throwaways. How are we having a throwaway year after 3?
You look at,
but Harry, that's talent pool, Harry. That's talent pool.
You're looking at bringing in experienced quarterback. When he first got there with Shador, that's an experienced quarterback. Shador was in his junior year. So now you're going to say, we already got to rebuild a team. So how would you go about rebuilding a team? Now, personally, if you ask me, I would have just threw Shador out there with a lot of freshmen and say, hey, bro, figure it out. But he decided to go heavy in the transfer portal. Let's try to bring some piece in offensive linemen, and let's just try to make it work.
Well, he was trying to
It didn't work.
The NFL. He was trying to get them to the NFL.
Exactly. That's why you don't bring in the freshmen. So then, guess what? Now Shador Sr., Travis the Jr., all of these other guys that you're trying to get to the NFL that you done already had, you done been with me from the beginning. Now I'm trying to get you to your goal. Let's bring in some more guys. So they do a little bit better this year. They do a little bit better last year. They go 9-4. They do a little bit better. To me, this year would have been a throwaway year. You recruit the 5-star freshman, you put them out there, and you go through the growing pains of a season. That's me. But like Wild Dog said, what do you tell Jordan Seton? Because he is the cornerstone of the program. That's why I say if they're not doing it this year, whenever they decide to try Juju out there, that's going to be the season where it's going to be like, oh, yeah, they only going to win 4 games, bro, or 3 games. Like, it's going to be a hurting season.
And then Harry B, in this year 3, all I'm looking for Coach Prime to do is fulfill his self-evaluation after year 2. He's got to get his complete staff and program established after the end of the year 4-3. At this point, I don't even care what the win-loss is. But winning a game you could have won against Georgia Tech, that doesn't sit so well. That reminds me of Stanford. That reminds me of the Kansas State loss. That's like an almost. You can't be an almost. It's really got to be black and white. I mean, but that's just my opinion. But year 3, I'm looking for him to fulfill on his self-evaluation from last year and to make a full turn. So by the end of year 3, you look at his coaching staff and his organization, and you be like, okay, he's got it together.
Yep. Lane Kiffin did the same thing at USC. He brought Caleb Williams with him. You're not fit to put Caleb Williams, that talented quarterback, in front of some, behind some freshmen. So they brought
USC
in a lot of
identity, bro. What is their identity?
They brought in a lot of transfers, and guess what? Caleb Williams won a Heisman. Played good, but then guess what? The following year, they would just have their average team.
That's because USC lost the culture since Pete Carroll left. You don't have that kind of QB. Here's the thing that we got to just keep this in mind is that when you say Ohio State has culture, Michigan, Bama, Florida, all that kind of stuff. Look at Florida struggling for culture. Here's the thing, folks. You got to understand this. Most of those schools,
not struggling for culture; they're struggling for identity.
Exactly. Here's the thing. You got to understand this, and I'm saying this with love. You can love your coach, but you don't fall in love with your coach. Do you know what I mean by that? Like like Gene Stallings when he came to Bama and won us a chip in '92. That was good. But all the Mike errors and all that Franchione and all that kind of stuff, when
It
you
was
have stuff,
bad, huh?
it was bad. And then the same thing with Auburn is experienced now. They don't have identity, but what it is that you guys are willing to give grace and that think about this. When we're gonna talk about the coach at Florida and even DeBoer, after one game, his seat got hot. Y'all are willing to give Prime, which I understand,
But
5
DC,
years.
this is what you're missing. We're not Colorado fans. We're BWBs. Only
I know.
Wild Dog is a Colorado fan around here.
I'm trying to
We're
skate
not Colorado
around that.
fans.
But see, and that right there also says is that you're not there for culture. You're just there for a person. So you're
Right.
willing to accept that the
Yeah, that's
same like
right.
with the
We're
Browns.
here for
You're
Prime.
willing to
We're not.
accept that, but what then but here's the thing. Then you got to accept that's probably not going to work.
And then to DC's point, again, I worked for Rick George at the Texas Rangers. After Coach Prime's third full year on this offseason, there is going to be a meeting. I'm not saying Coach Prime is in trouble or hot seat or anything. I'm just saying after 3 full years to establish your program, there is going to be a different kind of sit down between Coach Prime and Rick George, and that's to be
Uh,
expected.
And I'll
I
say
don't
this.
think so. I don't think there'll be a sit down because Rick George been the AD at Colorado for how long? How long they been losing?
Well, Rick
So
George,
it's not like it's not like this a traditional rich winning program over the last 20 decades. So I want to say Rick George been there what 10 years, a decade or something like that, and within that
And
decade,
all I can
they
tell you
haven't
is,
been they
and all
haven't
I can
been
tell
winning a
you,
lot
and all I can tell you is that I work for Rick George. I know Rick George. At
because
the end of year three,
line was on the job. His job was on the line. People
if
was
he
calling
does,
for his job.
if he doesn't
Can I
sit
promote
down,
my video, my Rick George video? I did a Rick George
go.
video. Is on my channel. You can go watch that video. It's it's beautifully done. It's well produced.
Amen.
Go watch that Rick George video.
Hey, I'm
watch
gonna
that
say
Rick
this
George,
here
watch that Rick, and I'm not trying to say anything negative about anything. I'm not trying to be negative. I'm just saying there's going to be a shift.
it
It's
could
just
be,
going
but
to be a shift. A
I think
meaningful
Rich
shift
George
in that meeting.
is good getting that school out of the red because they've been in the red for a long time under Rick George. So I think he good with like, hey,
Yeah.
school out of the red, we good, bro.
Now,
I don't think
and
national championship is on their mindset.
and they said the same thing about the Texas Rangers, and we went to the World Series 2 years in a row.
It's professional organization though.
But
I
here's the
think
thing.
The man is the man. The man is the man. And I'm telling
Yo,
you,
it's almost
I'm
11
going to say it
o'clock. We gotta
again.
get up out of here. I gotta go.
That's
It's
what I'm
almost
gonna
11
say.
o'clock.
I don't know
I
what
was
else
just
I
about
got
to
to
say, I said
say.
you're supposed to be going at 8 o'clock, Harry.
I know.
And I don't know what else I got to say.
And at 8 o'clock. That's why I be afraid. Well, every time I tell my wife,
I
hey,
I work for the man, and I know the man, but oh well,
Good luck, man. Go love up on your wife because you're supposed to be gone 2.5
No,
hours
every time
ago.
I tell her, like she looked at me, she like, yeah, okay. But final thoughts. Let's go, JR Box and go.
Nah, man, it's good chopping it up, man. No love lost between anybody in the chat or the panel, man. Panda, salute to you, man. Stick it out,
And
Panda,
stop
man. We
calling
all
people
grown
off. You're
men.
Jamaican blood, whatever.
We all
Stop
grown
calling
men,
people off.
Panda. That's all I got. But salute to Wild Dog and DC back on the panel. And you too,
Same
Harry,
to
of
you,
course.
bro.
Yeah.
Same to you, bro.
DC, go.
I'm just coming from a place of love. I've seen this thing. I don't like where the direction is going, but I think y'all fans, even though I know you just here for the prime, that your bandwagon, you got to start being vocal and stop accepting certain things. There's got to be pressure on your coach, or it's going to mess your dynamics up. And then when he's gone, somebody else gonna have to come in. And I can tell you, as a Bama fan, watching somebody else come in and not have any energy and losing, it sucked. So go for it. Y'all can do this, but you're gonna have to start being a little vocal
Y'all
from a place of
bringing
love.
Bama bringing in John Gruden. That's what they bringing in next. I can already see the writing on the wall for Caden DeBoer.
So yeah, we're holding Coach Prime accountable because that's our guy. That's the only person. That's who we're here for. We're not here for Colorado. So we're trying to say, hey, Prime, where's the culture? Hey, Prime, where's the identity? we need to know who you're trying to identify Colorado as. We don't have no identity. We know we pass the ball, but we drop a lot of those passes. So what's the identity? What are we doing here?
And Harry B, let me give you my final thoughts. So,
Go ahead.
leading to what you were saying, it's like we're here for Coach Prime. I've been a Coach Prime fan for forever. I watch the kids, everybody come up. I'm here in Dallas, so it's like, hey, Prime's got to do what Prime's got to do. And after year 2, that's what he called himself out. He has to put his staff and including his players on a much shorter lease. So Prime's got to do what Prime's got to do, whatever that looks like, whatever that's got to be, because he's got to finish out strong, making that turn, finishing up year 3. So whatever that looks like, I'm going to be supportive. I'm going to be honest, but the man's got to do what he's got to do to come full circle by end of year 3.
Okay, I don't know what you mean by he got to do what he got to do. Quickly,
like the scrimmage in week 2.
These
Like
QBs look bad, man.
Like playing 3 QBs.
Caleb Williams and JJ McCarthy, they look bad.
Like moving Shermer off the sideline up into the booth. Whatever he got to do, let Prime do what Prime got to do, and he need to do it. He's doing what he need to do. Whether I like it or not,
Shermer back down. Shermer in the booth now. He need to bring him back down to the field.
He got to shake it up, dog. He got to shake it up. He got to do whatever he got to do. He got to prime. He got to prime time it. Players and staff.
I mean, at this point, my final thoughts is at this point, in his coaching, I guess legacy. I don't know what type of coach he is, what type of coach he wants to be. I just feel like we're just winging it. And it's time that we start holding him accountable and just start understanding like, all right, coach, who do you want to be? We knew who you were as a player, but we don't know who you want to be as a coach. You're just kind of throwing stuff at the wall, just trying to see what sticks. People accusing you of not clock managing. Not even accusing you. People are seeing you not clock managing. I mean, you just kind of out here and we don't know you as a coach. That's why we don't know your team. And we don't know what their identity is because you haven't identified yourself. Because we don't know what the heck you want to be as a coach. So what, coach, you got to figure it out. You got to figure out who you want to be as a coach. Kenan Dillingham has told us who he wants to be as a coach. Matt Rule, we already knew who he is. You know what I'm saying? Signetti said, Google me. So now I'm a fan of his because that's what we do in New York. My name is Harry B. Remember that name. That's a New York attitude. But Prime is just kind of like, all right, you're giving us wins and you're giving us money and, you're giving us quotes. I'm over the quotes. I'm so over the quotes. Like, I don't want to hear no more quotes. Like, please stop the quotes. Anyway, let's go. I'll see you on the next show, guys. So remember, guys, I think 11 o'clock on in the mornings, and we start at 7 o'clock at nights when I come on. So just expect that. All right, guys. Good night, man. I appreciate y'all coming on here. Nobody take anything personal, please. This is what we do. We're a family over here. If we're yelling at each other, we're yelling at each other. But we come
Hold
back
on. So basically, you asking instead of wild dog, you want mild dog?
No,
What you want?
I want Wild Dog to stay Wild Dog, but you know what I'm saying?
Man, leave Wild Dog alone, man. Wild Dog come in and shake it up.
No, I love wild dog.
It.
Wild
Yeah, I
dog
love
is
it,
cool.
man. Ain't nothing personal, man. Wild Dog
It's
be
all
getting
good.
it in,
That's
man.
what I'm saying.
I
We
like
don't take this stuff personal. We come back and we do it all over again. We have some fun. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But it's going to get heated sometimes. You feel me? Because everybody's trying to get their thoughts in, and that's just how it goes sometimes. But y'all have a great night, man. I'll see y'all on the next show.
All right, peace out, man.
All right, peace. Good night, everybody. Surf, everybody's in the chat. Quenlito's Way, DC's in the chat. Also, he was on the panel. Surfer Boy's in the panel. Who else is it? Weeby is in the panel. El Hombre came into the panel. Who else is here? Everybody's gone, but But anyways, guys, thank you so much for being a part of this community. Let's keep building. Let's keep, having fun. Good night. God bless. Peace.